Thursday. We made it. We did it. We're here. Hi, everybody. Wow, y'all flying in here. Get in here. Good morning. I was going too fast. I can't even say it. Jackie, Cedar, Gretchen, Pretty Things, Scratchy. Scratchy? Good morning. Y'all, I am multicasting this stream over on YouTube. So if you need to go to work or have to run out for a little bit and you want to watch the replay of what we're crafting today, follow me on YouTube, Upcycled by Bree, same name as here, and you can go back and watch the replay. Unfortunately, it doesn't show you the chat and stuff, but you can hear me yammer on. Good morning, Ace. How are you? It's my face. Ace, it's my face. Okay, let's talk about it. Show notes are up. We're crafting today. We're going to use milk paint, which I've used. It's been 84 years, which I've used a couple of times here on the platform. Some people are scared of it, but I'm going to show you today you don't have to be. All you have to do is put some water in it. It turns into paint. Okay, it comes in a powder form, but we'll talk about all of that. We are going to make the cutest little salvage pumpkins. Aren't they adorable? I did some like pre-painting so you could kind of see these, and then I'll show you some different options as far as getting that old aged chippy look. You can do this project, any kind of wood you have. I have some plinth blocks here, but you could just use little chunks of 2x4. I have a little salvage up at the top. You could use a thread spool or like the little cut pieces of wood you can get at the Dollar Tree. You would go out to your yard and cut yourself a piece of free wood, et cetera, et cetera. So a ton of different spins on this, but I'm going to show you how to use the milk paint to get this gorgeousness. Alicia, I love you. Good morning. Hi, Sandra. Y'all, Lancaster Exchange wants to fight me. Just throwing that out there. She wants to have a public brawl. Who do you think would win? I'm on one today. It's all right. It's all right. We're crafting. We're multicasting to YouTube, but it's okay. We can have some fun. I'm not scared. Okay, so we're going to use some milk paint. I have black milk paint out too. I thought we could paint a cutting board. And then I've got this cutest little baby hutch over here that we started painting a few weeks ago, like just to show you something. And then I never finished it. We might paint that with some DIY paint if we have time. Might go to Home Depot. I don't know if we're gonna have time for that. Good morning, Vince Chipsy Bree. Here to get cheered up. You need a little Bree energy. Morgo, I got you, girl. Let's do it. Let's do some painting. Now, it is $9.21 shipping, up to 5 pounds of crafting supplies today. That should get you a nice amount. I did also load the bin with all of my new fall decor though. So if you want to grab some of that stuff, feel free to shop through it. There's a lot of things in that buy now section, 496 to be exact. If you get overwhelmed with that number, there are easier ways to shop the buy now section. You can definitely go into the buy now, into my little shop down here. Into the buy now section, you're going to see all this stuff. Don't get overwhelmed. Maybe you only want to see the Sweet Pickins products that I'm using today. You can simply type the word Sweet Pickins up there at the top of your search bar. Boom, that narrows it down to 84, down to our paint colors, our waxes, etc. So get in that bin, shop around, don't be overwhelmed. If you have a hard time finding anything or you want to see anything in person, shout it out. My mods are here, they'll help me. And be sure to follow my mods for helping me today. As I use products, I usually pin them down below. Sometimes I forget, I get excited. So if I forget to pin them, just tell me to pin them. Y'all excited? Let's do this. Let's do this. We're going to make some salvage pumpkins today. Now, also, if you follow me on YouTube, there are a ton of videos, hundreds of videos of old wood upcycle projects using DIY paint, using Sweet Pickins milk paint, and step-by-step projects that are edited, and there's nobody trolling me in a chat. So feel free to check out my YouTube channel for all the crafting inspiration. The shelf sitters, bro. And here's the thing, I was going to lead into that. Feel free to shop those products in the bin today. Just know it's not reduced shipping on my crafting shows, just a retailer rule with my paint. You'll kind of know the drill by now. But I did schedule a show for the morning. I'm glad you said that, Ace, because I've got more stuff coming today. I have a problem, and it's called fall, y'all. It's going to be an issue this year. I can just feel it. So I did schedule a show bright and early in the morning, 8:30 a.m. tomorrow morning, and it'll just be buy it now stuff. I'm going to unbox some of the new stuff, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Whoa. There's a weird notification that just popped up at the top of the show. It said, Britt and Ivy just saved your show. Keep sharing to get more bookmarks. Whatnot, just leave stuff alone. Give us gift cards. All right, let's do this. Bookmark that show for the morning, and I will show you all of the new fall stuff in the morning. Morning time will be reduced shipping. So if you just want to get in there and like fill your box for 921 full of fall stuff, and you can wait till the morning, then I would recommend that. Oh, sorry. No, it's okay. It's not you. It's not your fault. They're just giving us all kinds of new things. I don't, what up, Tiny the Artist? I don't get the cool, like, whatever things they've done, but I get notifications. It's okay. Not mad. I'm not salty about it, whatnot. Okay, tag a crafting friend. We're going to get started. I did not finish this. I didn't put any like wax or anything on there, so we'll finish this one together too. Today we're using Sweet Pickens milk paint. I'm going to pin the color down below. It is a new color to me. I didn't carry this one before this year. It is called Sweet Potato, which I absolutely love. Now I have it available in 3 sizes. The thing I love about Sweet Pickens milk paint, one of the things, is that they have small sizes, sample sizes for people who are just wanting to try it out. Maybe you've never used the milk paint before. And you're not so sure about it. So pinned down below is Sweet Potato. That's in the sample size. Just know though, if you're obsessed with this color and you know what you're doing, there's pints and quarts in the bin as well. I want to let you attach it. I shared a plane yesterday with 2 chihuahuas. Oh my gosh, Espram, that would be the best plane ride ever. I am going to point my camera down just a little bit. You guys can swipe left on the screen to get the words out of the way. Okay, and you can pinch to zoom if you want to see what I'm doing. Sweet Potato is pinned down below. I started off my project with just a plain plinth block with the milk paint. It is not the same as the chalk or as the clay paint by DIY. It is a little more finicky. Okay, it has a little bit of an attitude, a little bit of a mind of its own. So depending what you paint on is gonna depend on your finish. I love using it on wood. They make a product called Extra Bond that you can put into your paint that will make sure it will adhere to like metal or glass or shiny objects. That's an option too. I love using it on wood though, because it does its own little natural chippy finish thing. I did not put any products on this wood before I put the paint on. I put straight onto the wood. You can see on this piece though, there's not a very shiny finish to this. It's pretty dull. It's pretty matte over the years. A lot of that top coat has kind of worn off over time. But on the areas where there's a lot of top coat left on that original wood, it got a little chippy. We're going to hit this with some sandpaper. We'll get a little more off of there. Now, if this was a brand new piece of wood and it had a super shiny finish, there's a possibility that would chip a lot more. So using the milk paint, you're going to kind of learn what wood is going to be the best, depending on how chippy you want your finish to be. Now, this didn't get very chippy. So I was like, okay, on this piece, I'm going to use some of the Sweet Pickens Crackle. I put some of the crackle down and then you let it dry for about 2 hours before you put your paint over it and see how it encourages this crackle finish. So this is an option as well if it's not getting as chippy as you want. And then I'm going to use today on this piece a little bit of hemp oil before we put our paint on to act as a resist. And you'll see where I put that hemp oil, it's going to get good and chippy. So there's a few different ways to get the chippy finish look you want with this paint. It takes some practice. It is fun though. If you are just getting started with it, I would suggest to get you a nice salvage piece of wood, small pieces like this with a couple of different finishes on it. Grab you a little sample of the paint and play around with it and just kind of see what happens naturally. You'll get a good feel for how it's going to act. And then also, again, you can watch videos that I have up on YouTube of me using milk paint in the past to get a better idea as well. Let me grab my paper towels. One thing I forgot. I'm going to be saying a lot of words today and looking down a lot. So if I miss any questions, comments, or concerns, just ask again. You're going to send me a DM here. Okay, to see the chihuahuas. I love it. Yes, you can spray it with a shellac, which you can pick up at the hardware store, a shellac finish to get a good chippy resist. I didn't show that option today because I can't spray the shellac in here and I can't sell the shellac on whatnot. But I do have a ton of videos on YouTube showing how I use the shellac before the milk paint too. That is great, Jen. And shellac, I don't know what it costs now, but it was kind of pricey back then too. Okay, here's our piece of wood. There's nothing on here. I have already pre-mixed up just a little bit of this paint because you do want to let it sit. So when you're using your milk paint, it is going to be a 1-to-1 ratio of powder to warm water. You mix it up, you let it sit for 10, 15 minutes, and then it's going to be about this consistency. A little runny, you want it to run, but you don't want it to be like water liquid. You can also play around with how thick you want it to be. Now, before I slap this paint on, I'm going to show you guys how I mix it. I'm going to mix up a little bit of the black that we can use on our next project. Having attention issues and trying to remember how to step out craft projects has been so much fun. I got this. What's okay, crafted from home? Oh, y'all. So bookmark tomorrow morning show for the bin sales, but then Sunday quilt show. And I'm going to start preloading those today. I'm staying home all day today like a responsible girl and doing things at home. It's gloomy here today. Okay, so this is how much milk paint powder I'm going to put in my little container. I like to use disposable things to measure out my milk paint because it's a mess. It doesn't come out of things as easy as DIY paint. This is not quite enough water. I'm going to put just a little more in here. Be right back. I like to use warm water too. Arr. All right, I put the water in first. And remember, you can always add more water, but you can't take water away. If you put too much water in and it's too thin, then you got to put more powder in, and then it becomes a slippery slope, and then you have way too much paint. So I'll put like half my water in, 3/4 of my water. Put my milk paint in. And then I use my very official stir stick, aka a kitchen fork. If you have a spouse or children or other people that live with you, maybe get some stir sticks, you know. And then pour the rest of my water in and give it a good stir. Now you want to stir it a couple minutes. If it's a big batch, maybe use an immersion blender or stir it for a good couple of minutes. When you're just using a little bit at a time like this, stir for about a minute. How do you store the leftovers? You can't keep it left over. That's why you only mix up as much as you want. Thank you for asking that. It will get gelatinous and it does not save. You can kind of put it in the fridge, tightly covered for like an hour, a couple hours. After that, it's just going to get gelatinous. So you only want to mix up as much as you can use. I would also suggest keeping a couple things close when you're crafting. Like if you have a little bit left over, maybe like a couple wooden clothespins or a couple little small salvage pieces of wood. I'm like bending down talking to you. That way, if you have a little left over, you can just slap it on there. Okay, here we go. So this is looking pretty thick. It's pretty thick, but I'm going to roll with it. If it thickens up too much, I can add a little bit more water. Okay, so we're going to let that sit to the side while we work on project number 1. I'm going to put down parchment paper because I don't want to ruin this table completely. I mean, there's already paint over it. Yeah, you cannot store the leftover on the milk paint. Now with DIY paint, it has a great shelf life. The powder itself has an amazing shelf life. It's going to last like forever and a day. Oops, wrong one. So here's my plain piece of wood. I haven't put anything on this. This is about how chippy this piece got. And I want it to be just a little more chippy. So we're going to do a little bit of a resist technique. I'm going to use some of the hemp oil. I have a gallon of hemp oil. Don't worry. You can buy a sample size in the bin, little 4 ounces. Okay. I'm just, I'm a crafter. I used to do furniture. So I always bought the big, massive containers. Don't be scared. Hemp oil is also amazing for finishing. You could put this over your DIY paint. You could seal any of your milk paint projects with this, but you can also put it over raw wood to seal. The amazing thing about Sweet Pickins hemp oil is it is food safe. So if you're wanting to refinish and redo an old cutting board or refresh something in your home, you can use this one. This one is a food safe product. I did pin the little tiny hemp oil down below, so you don't have to buy a gallon of it. You still have your powder from 3-4 years ago. Oh yeah, still works great. And I'm just going to use my finger. You can use a brush, whatever, and place it on like just a few little areas on this. Wherever I put this oil, that milk paint is not gonna stick. So just remember that. How chippy do you want it to be? little smooth jazz playing. Can you guys hear that? Hello, Cheryl. Look what we're doing. We're making some pumpkins. So cute. I should have brought, I have more. It's fine. I'll go get them in a little bit. I was like, I could actually finish all 3 of these out. Okay, that's it. That's all I'm going to do because I do want some orange on there. If you lean back, you can kind of see where it's shiny. And this milk paint has been sitting for 15 minutes or so. It's a good consistency. I also am going to use a chip brush because I don't like to clean the milk paint out of my regular brushes. I have chip brushes and really nice brushes in the buy now section as well. Great chunk of wood you got there. Thanks, Fornication. These are some beautiful old plinth blocks, but I was telling them you could do this project with, whatever wood. You could use a chunk of 2x4. You could use little rosettes. That would be super cute. And I'm going to try to do just like 1-2 brush strokes and not go over it too many times since I put that hemp oil on there. I don't want to spread it all over. See how it's already like, okay, not going to stick right there. Goodbye. Like my sound effects. I'm going to use a heat gun today too to dry this piece. That's completely optional. The heat gun does encourage a lot more chipping. So if you don't want a chippy finish, don't warm your, or don't dry your milk paint with a heat gun. Let it dry naturally. Boop. So I've got a Wagner heat gun. It's old trusty here. I'm about due for a new one. You can also use a hair dryer. The heat gun really does it. Watching somebody paint is therapeutic. I know. You should, if you're ever like, just need a little ASMR, pull up the YouTube channel. It's nice music and paint strokes and different angles. I keep this heat gun moving a lot. I don't want to hold it in any one area too long and burn my paint or just make it all completely fall off. What are you guys up to today? It's Thursday. I didn't let myself look at the estate sale app, but I want to. I was like, I'm going to stay home. I'm going to stay home. I'm going to do things around here. Watching somebody else. Oh, I already read that. Relaxing while I file at work. Yay, you're at work. Anybody else going to estate sales? Just let me live vicariously through you. I think I'm probably shipping her life away. Yep. All right. Oh, good luck. Blooming Lilac, good morning. We're doing salvage pumpkins. Farm to plant the goats. What the heck? Oh, we go. Okay, there's a lot that's like built up in this little crevice right here. So I'm just going to swipe a little of that out. Right there, too. Who's used milk paint before? Drop a number 1 in the chat. Let me know. I really do love it. Like I said, there's an additive called Extra Bond that will make sure it sticks. If you're not big on the chippy look, it makes a really smooth, buttery finish too. I know, agree. One of these days, you're not too far. A lot of you have. I love it. Heading out to a state art event on Saturday. That's exciting. What kind of art? Painting, drawing, sculptures, all the art. Look how weird it got right there. You're like really webbed up. We're gonna knock that off with sandpaper. Just wanted to show you a few different options. I really love the way the crackle one came out. It got all drippy down the side too, which I didn't notice till now. And I love micro paint. Oh my gosh. I started like a little 4x4 or 3x3 or something painting. All I have is the background. I've never painted on canvas with acrylics before. And I didn't get very far. But I need to come look at your stuff and get inspired. Okay. That's gonna be hot as heck for a second. So I'm just gonna let it sit to the side. Okay, set for the side. Here's what happened over the hemp oil. It kind of just right there, all kind of balled up and did not stick to that part. Once I hit it with the sandpaper, it'll knock that little section off completely. Here it is with no resist. Here it is with the crackle. And then here it is using just a little hemp oil resist. Oh, it dripped here too, yay. Maybe you don't have the crackle, but you don't want it to stick everywhere and you've got a little wax or oil at home. This is a way to get that good distressed finish. Now, on this one I already did, I wanted to show you guys the cool effect of the sandpaper. So this is a little 180 grit. I didn't put anything on this piece. I just put it straight onto this plinth wood. It's more realistic to an imperfect pumpkin. It is, yeah, when it has the webbing. Oh yeah, because it gets all like webbed on the pumpkins. See, I know exactly what you mean. So there is just a little bit of chipping that happened naturally. I let this one dry. I didn't use a heat gun or anything. I'm going to take my 180 grit sandpaper here and just go over this a little bit. Sorry, if you have headphones in, you might want to turn it down and look at how it starts knocking a little more of that paint off. I'm going to go over some of the raised edges on here around some of the corners. Oh, that's good. I knew it was going to chip nicely on this one. I like to do this part in real time though. Ooh, ah. Oh, thank you. Did I miss some questions? How do we buy the milk paint from you? I would be happy to help. If you're wanting the sweet potato color, I can pin that down below for you. Feel free to ask about any of the colors, any of the products, and I can pin them. And then after we do our projects today, I'm going to hold up a couple of the different colors I have available, and I'll pin the colors as we go just to make it nice and easy for you at the end of the show if you're wanting to pick up something besides, Halloween colors today. Pinned down below is the sweet potato. Now, this is in the sample size. It is $8 for the sample. I got all 3 of these plinth blocks painted. I still have this much left, and I still have a little bit in my cup. So that sample size will go a nice amount. It'll do a few projects. It'll go a little ways. Once you really start to figure out how much you love milk paint, the bigger sizes are going to be more cost efficient for you. But I love the fact that they have the small sample sizes just to test it out. All right, and it's chipping back. It's looking good. You don't have to do this. You could have left it just the way it was if you didn't want it that chippy. But that's why I love milk paint. So authentic. Oh, a bunch fell off right there. Oh, yeah. I also loaded into the buy now section the oil wax. Somebody was asking about that last time we were live. So I did put what I have available in the bin. And I'm going to use it to seal this today so you can kind of see how fast. Yeah, you could use the oil with your DIY paint too. I've only tried it with DIY paint and milk paint. I'm so sorry. It is way too. It's a Thursday morning at 9:15. Brie. I'm not sprinkling pumpkins over here. Look at this. It looks like that paint has been on there for 50 years. Not one day. Milk paint is textured then for easy chippy sanding. Tara B, the way I mix it up, yes. So you saw how much I mixed that milk paint. It was like, a minute or two. It's going to leave a few little chippy chunks in there. And I leave those because that's what's going to knock off really nicely when you're sanding. If you want a butter smooth finish with this paint, add your extra bond, use an immersion blender to mix it up. Then you can sand it with a 220 grit and get the softest baby smooth finish in the world. It's crazy. It has a lot of range. It just takes some practice to figure out exactly to get the finish you want. If you want it chippy, it's easy to achieve that finish. If you want that perfectly smooth butter finish, it takes a little more practice. The DIY paint is in the bin as well. No, the DIY paint is DIY paint. The milk paint is going to say Sweet Pickins. So if you want to see all of the colors I have available, type in the 2 words right there, Sweet Pickins, in the search bar, and then my Sweet Pickins products will pop up. After I'm done painting today, I'm going to hold up some of the different colors and then I'll pin them down below for you. So if you have time to hang out and you want to do that, you can. Or you can go right to my shop, right here to my Buy Now section. You can type in Sweet Pickins and push enter. And then here, all my Sweet Pickins wax will start popping up, the oil waxes, and then you'll start getting into the colors. Notice with the colors, there's going to be 3 options. It's going to be the different sizes: samples, pints, and quarts. This is the easiest way to load a what not buy now section. The drop down options and variants aren't very friendly here, but you'll start seeing all the different colors and sizes I have available that way. Y'all, I'm gonna accidentally show y'all something one of these days doing that. I gotta close out all my apps before we go live. Fortunately, it was just TikTok. But that's how you can shop the bin. If there's a color you're like, girl, I just want the black milk paint that's behind you. Can you just pin it for me down below? Yes, I'd be happy to. Just ask. Hopefully that helps. Okay, so here we go. This is how chippy this piece got. Here is our piece that I did the crackle before I put the paint on. Crackle is a product. It's kind of like a glue. You've probably seen a DIY where people put down Elmer's glue and then paint, but I think it provides a much more authentic looking crackle than the glue method. So I put the crackle down on this, I let it dry for 2 hours, and then I painted it, and then that's where we're at. So I am gonna go ahead and sand this one down just a little bit too. Got the same 180 grit sandpaper here. It doesn't fall off as much when you put the crackle in. It kind of acts as a glue. This is my favorite finish. This is the most unpredictable though. It's gonna chip where it wants to chip. So just depending how brave you are, what your painting style is, there's a lot of different options with this. So the crackle provides a really nice, consistent crackle, but it doesn't allow all that paint to just fall off your project. So it acts kind of like the Extra Bond and a crackle all mixed into one product. And I just kind of wore down the edges on that. What's the difference between the oil and the beeswax? That's another great question. Oil is going to be a liquid sealer. Beeswax is going to be a solid. This is really great for refreshing the inside of drawers. Smells like citrus. You can also use these waxes over your DIY paint. They play great with both products. And I'm going to use one of each today too. I'll show you here live. Now, please keep in mind, and I have it in the description, oil waxes and hemp oils are going to be a combustible product. Okay, you're going to need to dispose of your rags properly, which means putting them in a metal bucket with a lid. Don't put them in your regular trash can. Please and thank you. Don't blow up your houses. So if that sounds scary, maybe stick with the beeswax. A lot of people don't mention that when I watch the oil tutorials. This is going to be combustible once it's on a rag. If you just throw that in your regular trash can, it's 7,000 degrees outside. Don't start a fire, okay? Whoops, I just dropped coffee condensation on there. It wasn't coffee. It was just off my glass. Okay, and then here is the plinth block that we put a little bit of hemp oil on first. I kind of added a resist right here. It did not stick. Now, I did not put anything else on here, so then it's probably just going to kind of chip wherever else it wants to. Let's take the 180 grit right over this. You'll see it just falls off wherever that hemp oil was. You guys can swipe the chat out of the way and pinch to zoom as well. If you need me to adjust the angle, whoops, it's not completely dry down in the crevices. If you need me to adjust the angle of the camera, yell at me too. Feel free. You don't really need to see my face. Also, you can lay your rags out flat on the concrete, not on wood, on the concrete in the driveway and let them dry out completely. I just have a metal bucket. You can get them at the hardware store. It's like small trash can size that has a lid. And then you can take them to like the hazardous waste place with all of your old bleach and paint and household products and batteries and all the things we're not supposed to throw away. Save your Mother Earth. Okay, so it's still like wet down in the cracks, but I'm knocking too much of the rest of my paint off. I'm just gonna do this. Get all that wet paint out of there. Also, when you're heat gunning, be careful. Don't melt your paintbrushes. Don't melt your sample bags. Ask me how I know. We're gonna seal. We'll finish all these projects today. I can even run down. I have 2 more pieces of that salvage and actually finish them. Do you guys want to buy these? Do you want the finished projects today, or is it too early for fall? I put it on way too thick right there. I wasn't paying any attention. Never too early. Okay, cool. We'll completely finish them though. I got time. We're having a home chilling day. It is like 68 degrees this morning. I walked outside this morning and I was like, ooh, I turned my air off for a little bit. I should have opened the doors. Got some fresh air up in here. I'm like, it's feeling like fall, but don't rush it. Next week's gonna be 95. I'm not done tanning this year. Okay? I'm not done. I'm just over here knocking all my paint off. So notice if you heat gun too much, your paint's just gonna fall off, okay? I'm staring at my tan. My paint's just melting away. It's okay. This one's gonna be good and chippy. So you can force that crackle with your heat gun. I love milk paint. I really do. I just want to craft all day. I'm sweating. Whew. It's the heat gun. Because I turned my air off too. I should have known better. Okay, I'm gonna turn this fan on so y'all don't have to look at me sweating. Give me just a second. I never started any giveaways today either, did I? Never let them see you sweat. Whew. I just did my skincare before I went live too, so I've got like thick lotion on my face. Okay, this didn't get too thick. It chilled out. It's actually kind of thin, but it's okay. I'm a little rusty with the milk paint too. I used to I used to be able to eyeball it. I didn't even measure back in the day. So using the resist here, you can see it left a lot of that natural wood showing for us. I love that. Shows a lot of beautiful wood grain. And then because I didn't add any other product, we still got our really good chippiness. And that heat gun made it nice and chippy. So little difference here on how you want to make your milk paint look chippy, but there are definitely options to control it a little bit, or you can just let it do its own thing. Is all of that making sense so far? Do you have any other questions? Let me know. I'm going to pin the crackle medium down below. I only have the bigger size of it right now. It's a pint. That was all they had available. So it's a little bit bigger than my container, but that'll last a long time. I've had my container of crackle for years. And even though it's like a kind of a gluey product, it has not dried out. So the shelf life on that is going to be amazing. If you love this like super simple, easy, guaranteed crackle finish that's not going to chip all the way off, that product is going to be how you achieve it. And you just paint it on first. The thinner you paint it, the smaller the crackle. The thicker you layer it on, the more it's going to separate and provide that thicker crackle line. So really a ton of ways to use this. 70, it is kind of nice. I mean, it's been hot as heck and it's been really humid here. So I'm not mad at it today, but I'm not quite done with summer. Okay, to finish these projects, I do always like to seal my DIY paint and my milk paint to finish the project out. I have beeswax here. This is a Sweet Pickins beeswax. The great thing about this is it also, yes, all the milk paint has to be mixed. It all comes in a powdered form, Jess. All the milk paint. This is the DIY clay-based paint, and we are going to do a quick little project with this later too. I'll be on for total about 2 hours today. We got a little while. So if you want to see the difference, feel free. Some people like the DIY paint better because it's, ready to use. It doesn't get all chippy like this though. It was in the 50s, Ace. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's start a giveaway. Hold on. I got the cutest little givey for you today. Yes, I'm crawling under my table. Just don't worry about it. Mind your own business. Are you ready? Do you guys trust me to it's the cutest thing ever. Let's see how many people will get in my cute giveaway. Oh, I titled it. I suck. Never mind. The title's up there. It's a baby ghost. There's your giveaway. Hop in there. All right. Baby ghost today. We're going to seal this. I'm going to use this beeswax on the first one. Beeswax is kind of similar to the DIY clear wax. It's not as creamy. It's a little thicker. Also has that citrus scent. Oh my gosh, smells like oranges. So if you have an old dresser, you can refresh the inside of your drawers. You can refresh, say you didn't want an orange plinth block, you just wanted that wood to look really nice again. You can put your beeswax straight onto wood and refresh it. This one's not food safe like the hemp oil. And I know I have a ton of products. Feel free to ask all the questions you want. I've been working with these products for 6 or 7 years now, 8 years. So I'm very familiar with them and I just yammer on about it. But if you're like, whoa, girl, that's a lot of different stuff, slow me down, ask all the questions you want. Okay, pinned down below is the 2 ounce of the clear wax. This is like an 8 ounce, I think. So it'd be a lot smaller than this, but I love the price point. $11. You can try it out with your little samples. You're going to need to seal your paint though. Again, I'm going to use a chip brush because I hate cleaning my brushes. I reuse these until, they're just completely shot. And then I actually usually throw them in a thing of water and let them sit for a couple weeks and they get all like rusty and good and look like yummy old paintbrushes. A little life hack for you. I always take my wax out of my container. You don't want to get this chippy orange milk paint in your wax, You could put it on your hand. You could put it on your parchment paper. There's no rules, just right. You do the same thing. Erin, you gotta, right? I love crafting with stuff like that. My little Tito's like sample vodka bottles or whatever. I used to repurpose those and put like sprigs in them, stamp on them with stamps and make my money back. It's like your shots were free. Old cans. We used to do all the DIYs, didn't we? We got to get back to it. Okay, a little bit of beeswax on this. You can also use like a piece of a paper towel or a clean rag. In fact, I usually use Viva paper towels when I use my beeswax because it's a little bit thicker. So I'm just going to put some beeswax on my towel like this. Nothing professional, very easy crafting here. And we're just going to rub it over the whole thing. It might knock off a few more chips of paint. Don't freak out, okay? Milk paint's going to chip a little. There might be a project eventually where all of your paint falls off and you cry for a minute. Then you pull up your big girl pants, you put some extra bond in, and you try again. All right, so there you go. Boom. And it's sealed. Now, this is going to take probably about 24 hours or so to be completely dry to the touch, but should feel less tacky and more dry in just a couple of hours. Give it 24 hours to cure before you take it up to a booth or whatever. Okay, boom, it's sealed. You could leave it just like that. And now we just have our nice plain orange. That is a beeswax. I also have the beeswax in dark and black and white. So they're tinted waxes. Let me show you. Let's add a little dark wax to that pumpkin too. Why not? So just like the DIY waxes, they're colored to add different patinas. Again, my wax is super old. My products I've had open for a couple years. They're still rocking and rolling. This is going to be thicker than your DIY wax. I like to put it on my hand sometimes just to warm it up, make it a little more pliable. Not going to hurt anything. That's going to be the main difference between the waxes, the thickness of them. Okay, so it already has a little clear on here. I would recommend putting a little bit of clear down first, just to kind of act as a buffer. Otherwise, that dark wax is really going to suck into your paint and it might look a little too dirty, a little too dingy. You can always add more dark wax. It's just hard to take it away. So I'm just going to add a little bit in right down here, making sure I get down in the low points. This is really thick. I think it's because it's a little bit older, but it still works. When you guys get a brand new fresh pack, it's not quite this thick. I should open up a new one. I just hate to waste my old stuff. Okay, we're gonna move it around like that. There's dark wax here. There's not dark wax down in this crevice. Now I'm gonna take that same clean paper towel. I'm just gonna kind of wipe it off the high points, exposing that orange and then just really leaving it down here in the crevices. So that just added about, I don't know, 20 years to this piece. It doesn't look so fresh like I just painted it. And that's what the dark wax is going to do. It has a white and a black in the line as well. And if you need me to pin any of those, let me know. You can use your fingers, and really get it thick down in there. Play around with it. Now, if you start really thickening, like layering on thick layers of this wax, it might take like 2 days to dry. Just keep that in mind. See, you can really get like there's just dirt, years of dirt stuck down in there. You can get as decrepit as you want with it. That's slippery. Even though I know I'm never going to do this, I'm obsessed with watching. That's totally fine, Jess. I'm here for you. I will never probably wear like and spend a ton of money on makeup anymore. Love watching people put makeup on. I will probably never cut my own grass again because I'm scared of poison ivy. Love watching lawn cutting videos. Okay, I'm gonna wash my hand. 1 second. Okay, just so you know, my dark wax there is old. Here's a newer white wax that I opened not that long ago, and it's thick, but it's not quite so gummy. So that's going to be slightly more the consistency of a brand new container. But if I've had that open for 2, 3 years and it's still holding strong, just so you know, there's some good shelf life there. So thicker than the DIY waxes, but not quite as thick as that dark wax was of mine. I don't need makeup, thank you. I appreciate that. When I was younger, I think that's just kind of our generation. We grew up with lots of makeup. And I did like to play around with makeup. It was fun, right? But nowadays I'm just like, oh, get it off of me. You're suffocating. Okay. Do you guys want to see what the white wax looks like down here? Why not? We can make it a little crazy. It can be a little bit of a crazy pumpkin. Let's do it. We can take most of it off. See how it moves around a little bit easier. My dark wax was gummy. Oh, there's what the white looks like down there. Isn't that fun? I love the colored waxes. I don't hate it. I'm going to put a little bit up here so it matches. Do you guys need me to pin any of the other colors? Do you want me to pin the black or white or dark in the Sweet Pickins beeswax? Shout it out. I got you if you're having a hard time finding anything. Oh, I love it with a little pop of white on there. Oops, I'm making a mess. I'm a messy crafter. I love that. Okay, we're leaving it. We're leaving it. So good. The 80s were fun makeup wise. So I'm an 80s. I was born 87. I'm pretty much a 90s baby. Our 90s makeup, the teal eyeliner. We need to bring that back. Trinket Mouse, do it. Ooh, it reminds me of spider webs. I love that. Okay, I'm just gonna pin it down below just in case. Here down below is the white beeswax in the small size, 2 ounces. Do it, do it, do it. I love these colors. Oh, Jess. Oh, Jess. That's gonna be fun. The dark beeswax. Let's see what I've got available. I have 3 of those left pinned down below. And I do need to put in a big old fat, sorry, my belly keeps hanging out. I need to put in a big old fat craft in order today. I gotta stay home. I wanna go estate sailing. Oh, I guess I could go tomorrow. Duh. I'm gonna have a binge show in the morning. The shippers will be here. I can go estate sailing tomorrow and it won't be full price. There we go. And I can be responsible today. Look at me go. All right. And then the black beeswax. I didn't show that, but dark is brown, black is black, if that makes sense. Pinned down below. So maybe you want to go like straight up Halloween vibes, orange paint, black wax. There's all of your colors pinned down below on the beeswax. So that's what it looks like. Now on this one is the colored beeswax food safe. No, the beeswaxes are not food safe. The food safe product is going to be your hemp oil. The hemp oil. Don't put this in your mouth. And it's not a dumb question at all. That's a very smart question. You should always consider if things are food safe before you use them for food things. Don't put weird things in your mouth. For the oil wax, again, if you are going to get an oil wax or a hemp oil, be sure to dispose of your rags properly. Okay, store your rags properly. Very simple to Google. How do you properly store rags with oils on them? Okay, be sure to do so. A little metal bucket with a lid is my preferred method, and then they go to the hazardous waste facility with all of my old paint and bleach and stuff. Again, my oil wax is older. It's sounding good in there. I'm going to trust it. Oil wax is going to be a liquid sealer. I have it in different colors as well. This one is in black. I'm not going to put any other product on here first. I'm just going to go straight up black oil wax. Be sure to shake them because the pigments will settle at the bottom. I have this in black, white, dark, and clear. Just different options. You guys can seal your milk paint with whatever you prefer. just options. Oh, also with the oil waxes, you can put these straight onto raw wood just to give them a tint. Oil waxes are not food safe. The only thing that's food safe is the hemp oil. I know it's a lot of info. Ask all the questions you want. So oil wax, chip brush, straight on. Don't freak out. We're going to wipe it back. You're like, no, where's the orange paint? Don't freak out. Also with these oil waxes, you can build the colors. You can put it on, let it dry for 12 hours. You can put on another layer, make it darker. You can let it sit for a little bit and soak in, or you can wipe it right off. So options. Well, options. The 80s babies with their hair up to heaven, lots of makeup, blue eyeshadow. So it's not my favorite look. I'm a 90s girl. So think when they took all that makeup off and they let their natural brown hair down and they wore basic tees and denim and slicked back buns. Ah! I'm showing my age. Okay, so we're just gonna wipe it back. Just gonna wipe it back and see it takes most of that off, but it does leave a nice dark patina down in our crackle. And that's what oil wax is gonna do. It will add a little color, it's not too much. It seals up your paint, and that way, after it dries completely for 24 hours, that milk paint's not gonna chip off and go anywhere after this. There is your oil wax. Hey, listen, I'm not hating on the look. I'm not hating on the look. I love me. Um, I love me some big hair. The blue eyeshadow was a lot. It was a lot, but I love me some big hair. I'm not hating on the big hair. In fact, my hair has been thinning with all of my like hormone things I've got going on. I've been using I got a supplement, so but I'm like, no, my nice thick ponytail. But it's gonna be okay. We're not gonna stress about it because that's gonna make it worse. Okay, we've got oil wax and we have got beeswax. Those are the two different sealers that you could use. On this one, let's just go straight up hemp oil on this one. We made these all decrepit. Let's just keep this one orange. We're just gonna go straight up hemp oil on this. You guys can see how that works. Again, the hemp oil would be food safe. Just another option to seal your milk paint. You don't have to get all of the sealers. You just need one sealing product. Decide what's your favorite. So don't, whoops, that was a lot. Jeez, Brie. And I already had some back there. It's okay. That just means I got to craft more later. But you don't have to buy them all. Just pick one. This is Sweet Pickins hemp oil. Food safe, the only food safe sealer there is. You can put this straight over your boards, cutting boards in the kitchen when you refresh them. This is going to seal your paint up and provide a completely clear finish. It will dry a little more matte than this. It'll have a little sheen. It's an oil, but it won't be like super, super shiny. And there you go. That's the simple. It's not that bad, right? Lots of options, lots of choices and opportunities to be creative, but it's not hard. You just have to stir it with water. That's all. Not scary. Put a number 1 in the chat if you're no longer scared of milk paint. I really want to find an area in my house that I can set up for crafting and just leave it. You see me like doing this, that, because I keep going back and forth in this room. I have a bedroom upstairs that's empty-ish, but that's all my upstairs. But wouldn't that be amazing? Ooh, and then I could buy new furniture for it and cubbies. I know. I should do it. I really should. I deserve it, right? Okay. Who was the little baby ghost earlier? I wasn't even paying attention. Dang it. Congratulations, whoever it was. I am going to start a giveaway for paper ephemera. I'm going to run downstairs and get 2 more of these little salvage pieces, and then we'll just finish these 3 pumpkins and I'll sell them. Deal? All right, hop in the paper ephemera giveaway. I'll send you a Halloween reproduction postcard. They're super cute. They're vintage inspired. These are the reproduction postcards. They're cute. There's a bunch of different styles, but you'll get one similar to that. Are you getting in the January cheese box and stencil soon? KJ, more January stencils. I'm putting in a huge craft order today. The cheese box is on the list. It takes her just a little bit to ship to me, but it should be within the next 2 weeks. I'm sorry it took so long, but I will order them today. It's on the list. I've been ordering a lot of stuff. A lot. Okay, these were just salvage pieces that I had in my stash, just random. I put some of the dark oil wax on this one. You see how it made it darker? And just right over raw wood. So I'll show you how I do that. You can use your dark oil wax to seal your paint. Like I said, or it can go straight over raw wood. No problem. I appreciate your patience. Omaha, Nebraska. Do I have any Omaha, Nebraska friends up in the house? So here's my dark oil wax. Again, mine is years old here, y'all. When you get your containers, they'll obviously be fresh and clean. I'm just going to put some on at this paper towel. I already shook it earlier because I just finished this. And we're just going to rub it right onto this raw wood. And it ages it. Pin the dark oil wax. I got you. I think I own, let's see what I got. Black pint, top coat, clear 4, clear pint, white pint. Did somebody buy it already? I was gonna say, I think I only had a couple of the dark. Yeah, no, that's the black one. Hold on one second. I just put it in before the show, so I might mess something up. Let me look. I only had a couple of the dark ones, but I will, again, like I said, I'm about to drop thousands of dollars today on craft supplies. Do I have in a pickle? Yes, I do, Heart and Home. It's in the bin. If you need me to pin it for you, give me just a second. I got you. If you type in pickle in my buy now, you should find it. This is the only downfall of having so many things in my inventory. Hold on one second. I almost just ended my show. I just put it in this morning. Hemp oil, white, clear, black. Oh, shoot. Guys, get in the giveaway. Give me 1 second. Sorry for the confusion. Okay, so I only have one small dark oil wax in stock. I will order more. I just want to make sure. I thought I put it in this morning. I want to make sure it didn't sell. Okay, it didn't sell, but I don't think I put it in because I didn't have remaining in stock. I will put it in right now. I only have one. So whoever gets it gets it, and then I will reorder more. This one doesn't. Ace, let's freaking go! You get a postcard. This one doesn't take too long to get to me, but I have it in black. I can show you what black would look like. Apologize for the lack of inventory on this. We haven't used the oil wax before, so I haven't restocked it yet. But now that I've showed you guys, I will definitely. I need to hire somebody just to do my inventory for me. If anybody locally wants to. Okay, pin down below. There's only one of them. Okay. Get it while you can. I will restock them. I don't have it in the large size either, but I do have black. Let me do the black on this one and y'all can see what it looks like, okay? Sweet Pickens in the craft stores? No, Sweet Pickens is not in craft stores. You can only get it through retailers. Oh, in a pickle, I only have in a pint right now. It looks like, except for there's one right here. Oh, it's because you bought it. It's because you bought it. The one calendar is so cute, Deck. I'm kind of surprised it's still in there. I don't think I've showed it on a live stream. Okay, did I get everybody's somebody bought the in a pickle sample when I said that. I think Fornication was asking about it. Fornication, I have a pint left in there. But if you want to wait, I will order you sample sizes today. Or Heart and Home it was. I'm sorry, somebody snuck in there and snagged my last in a pickle sample. I have it in a pint if you're confident in the color. If you want to give me like 2 weeks, I'll have more. Probably less than 2 weeks, probably a week. Sorry. I wish I could just like take out a $100,000 loan and get 500 of every color. I don't think it would be a very good business plan. It is a good color, and I don't think I've used it. Like on a project, on a DIY before. Oh geez, Trinket Mouse, what'd you just send me? Do I need to look now? Okay, so here's what it looks like when you put the dark oil wax over the raw wood. Let's do the other one with black oil wax in case you're sad and you want to just get some color today. My fellow crafters that sell craft supplies know the struggle. Okay, thank you. Oh, she's sending me reminders of what to buy. Do you want to jump? Okay, so here's what the black looks like over. I don't know. I don't love it, I don't necessarily love it. I would say wait for the brown. Okay, I'm just gonna smother it in brown. Nobody will ever know. I also mix it with Cheshire, makes a good color too. Oh, I don't know if I know what Cheshire is. The milk paint has so many colors. I don't carry all of the Sweet Pickens colors. I do carry all the DIY colors, except for the like gym tones that I've been contemplating grabbing. But yeah, if you sell craft products, you know the struggle. It's like you just get everything you think you want, and then they do a new drop, and you're like, ah. I was looking at Christmas transfers this morning. Never enough money, Vicky. I know. And it's like you want to get what everybody wants, but then you want to get quantities. Oh, my brain hurts. It's fine. All right, there's a little black and a little dark on that one. It adds some dimension. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Black and dark on that one. Okay, let's put these together. We'll sell the pumpkins and then we'll do our next project. Does anybody have any questions about finishing products, about colors? Do you want me to take a second and hold up a color you're looking at? Any requests, drop them down below. I'm going to go set all of my oil soaked rags right here by my craft door. So I put them in the right spot. Give me uno momento. Just brought my bucket up. All right, plug in the hot glue gun, get a sip of coffee. Cheshire is part of the ones. Oh, okay. I need to hit up Debbie. I want to collab on a rust line. Like rust and grunge line. Neutrals. Can we get some more browns? Can we get some more creams? I should hit her up. Yes. Yeah. That would be fun. Let me just clean up my little bit of mess I got going here. It's a little crazy. Everything's so slippery from all the oils. We'll vacuum that up later. That's fine. Don't go anywhere. We're about to start a second project. In my buy now section, I also have transfers, decoupage paper, stencils, molds, brushes, rusty, crusty craft supplies, florals and greeneries. Butter is more yellow than cream. It is right here. Here's butter next to creamy. Definitely more yellow. How do you get the chippy paint look? All right, we got to start all over. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You're in luck because we're actually about to do one more chippy product. Don't worry. Don't worry. The stain I was using was the dark oil wax. It is sold out right now. I've got the black oil wax available. It's a little bit darker, or you guys could always go DIY Dark and Decrepit to stain the wood. Oh, I almost busted open a brand new one. Bree, focus. Here, I'll show you what it looks like. That would have been bad. I would have had to take it out of inventory. So here's a little raw piece of wood. Randomness. That would have been bad. Your Dark and Decrepit is another wood stain, all natural, VOC free by DIY Paint. So you can use it inside. It's not going to be stinky. It's not combustible. So that's nice. If that oil wax, you're like, you're combustible. What? This might be your jam. It is a liquid stain, top sealer, or top coat, decoupage sealer, etc. You could use it for a lot of products. This wood is kind of dirty, but you're gonna get the point here. Little bit of DIY, and you would probably use a paper towel, not your finger. Dark and Decrepit will stain it up nice and dark like that. So this is a little darker than the oil wax. It's going to be a more saturated color. Vicki, can we water our DIY down with a little bit of water? I mean, I've done that in the past to get a lighter look and still consider it a sealer. I mean, it still works as a stain that way, but do you think it still has its sealing properties? Yes, ma'am. Okay. So Vicki is a fellow DIY paint retailer. I have mixed the Dark and Decrepit with water before to dilute it to make a lighter stain. But she says she still thinks it would be a good sealer, even watered down. So that's an option. That is an option. And I'll pin this down below. Dark and Decrepit, if you're wanting something to stain your wood up with and you don't want to wait for the oil wax or you don't want a combustible product, this would be the one. This is the 8 ounce. I also have a couple available in a 16 ounce if you want larger size. 8 ounces pinned down below. This is the 16 ounce in front of me. Yeah, and if you want to watch a replay on this, thank you, Trick and Mouse. I was just teasing whoever said that. I was just totally kidding. If you want to watch the replay on this, if you missed it, I am multicasting to YouTube. Okay, here are our plinth blocks. Let's finish them up. Let's sell them. And then we'll start on our cutting board. So I just have a little bit of super moss here. You can pick it up at your craft store, online, whatever. I have our little stained piece of salvage. You could use a thread spool. You could use a little piece of a twig outside. I know some people, this is, yeah, Dark and Decrepit is a stain. It's not a paint, it's a wood stain. And I can show you it a little bit better here in just a second too. If you need a little slightly better demo than just that much. But notice how it just stained into that raw wood. I'm going to do a combo here of wood glue and hot glue just so it stays while I'm crafting it, but then the wood glue will be, permanent. Little wood glue in the middle, little hot glue around the edge, little life hack for you. It'll hold it in place while the permanent wood glue dries. So cute. Now I thought it looked a little tall in my opinion, so we're just going to put a little Spanish moss around there. And you guys, you could personalize this however you wanted. You could use different moss. You could leave the moss out. You could use green moss. That was a left-handed hot glue right there. Some talent. Good morning. We're doing Fireflower Vines. We're doing little plinth wood salvage pumpkins. So cute. Using DI or Sweet Pickins milk paint. We're doing something. It's fine. So many words. So you guys think running a regular auction is a lot, right? Try running an auction and a show while crafting and trying to explain things. DIY Paige, what's going on, friend? You saw me on YouTube and jumped over. Yay. We're live crafting today on Whatnot. We're multicasting to YouTube. How are you? We're crafting. It's crafty day. You can use any kind of wood you want. Little tiny rosettes. You could use chunks of 2x4s if you don't have, salvage old wood available in your area. You could use 4x4s and make them little chunky pumpkins. So many options. Boom, glued that on willy-nilly, gives it that nice little rustic look. And then the leaf I used is actually one of the ones off of my dark poppy sprays that I have in the bin. I thought it was pretty pumpkin-esque. Maybe not perfect, but close. Hot glue. And I glued it onto the moss. That way, if somebody wants to like take this apart and reuse the salvage wood someday elsewhere, it wouldn't have a bunch of glue on it. I won't stop craft shop. Trinket Mouse, killing it. Everybody follow Trinket Mouse. Look how cute she is. So clever. I could never. I would have got like 2 of those words typed and then accidentally hit send. Okay, that one's done. So this one we used the crackle underneath the milk paint and we used black oil wax to seal it. There's that guy. You can trim this little Spanish moss down if you'd like. Where'd that come from? I'm gonna have it all over me eventually. Okay, that one's done. That one's done. And this one has some drippy paint up here at the top, and I'm leaving that. I love that. It's gonna probably get covered up anyway, to be honest. Next up, we're gonna paint a cutting board. Just one more milk paint project, and then if you guys aren't bored yet, I'll show you some DIY paint. I can hold up some milk paint colors, some DIY paint colors at the end and show you and pin them in case you're not into the fall crafting just yet. That motion was getting the hot glue strings away, if you're wondering what that was. I just realized you guys couldn't see the hot glue strings probably. You love watching paint dry. I know, I do too. Back in the day, like, you know, when I first started crafting and creating, I was still working a real job too. So I would wake up, not even lying, at like 2, 3 in the morning, put like a crafting show on YouTube, put my headphones in and get to work on my little side hustle. And I would just watch hours and hours of people crafting while I crafted. I was going to try to go all the way around on this one, but what did I call the guys in the white coats for you? Wait, what? It was the hot glue. If that's what makes you think I'm crazy, you ain't saying nothing. Vicky already knows. Can you guys hear my fan? It doesn't sound good, right? Why is it doing that? Like it's about to fall down. If it all comes crashing down here in a second, y'all can't laugh at me. Yeah, Tessie, it's therapeutic, you know. And don't get me wrong, I love watching Whatnot too. I really do. But every once in a while, I just gotta slow it down a little. Yeah, the tink tink sound. It stopped now. What's up, thrifty chick? All right, let's do another giveaway for a little ghosty while you're watching glue dry. Baby mini ghost giveaway is running. Get in there for your trinket trays. Put them in the medicine cabinet. Scare your kids. What else? All right, and one leaf. Not a huge difference on finishes here, but there are some slight differences, just kind of depending on what you like the best. Lots of different ways to play. So if you work with a lot of raw wood, hemp oil and oil waxes might be fun finishes for you. If you work with more painted products, the waxes might be a better, more realistic, usable option for you. If you like it a little more decrepit, the waxes are probably where it's at. Let me know if you have any other questions. Ace, I don't know. Eileen's craft glue. Eileen's, was it Debbie? Doesn't Debbie use Eileen's? I think she does. Look, all my crafty friends know each other in the chat. I love this. It's like a reunion. Reunited and feels so good. Okay. I think we did it. All right, this one's complete. We finished 3 pumpkins in an hour. Not the fastest crafter either. Trim this. It's a little crazy. Woo. All right, I'll run these. I'll start them at $10. Everybody is welcome to bid on them. Upcycle by Brie Original, and I'm going to let them dry overnight. They will be shipped out tomorrow, so it'll give plenty of time to secure those glues. There's 3 different available. I'll run all 3. So I should probably enter. Do I have option items in? I do. Okay, cool. Let's edit this. I'll do $10 on them. $9.21 shipping up to 5 pounds of items today. I'll run them at a nice low weight in case you're wanting to grab some painting products and stuff too. You'll still have some room in your box. This is the first one. Upcycle by Brie Originals. They are plain on the back too. I didn't paint the back of them. Just know this one I only used hemp oil on it. It doesn't have any dark decrepit wax, but it got so good and chippy. Anybody is welcome to bid. 15 seconds, and that first one's running. I got 3 available today. Upcycle by Brie Original. What color is that? This is Sweet Potato DIY page. Isn't it amazing? I thought it was going to be more like terracotta, but it comes out a really nice orange. I do have it available in the bin if you're interested. Samples, pints and quarts. Pretty things. Thank you so much. Action number 1 is yours. I appreciate you. It's a great grab. These are big, big, big. All right, I need to find a Sharpie. Y'all. I almost pushed the show to 10 today to get all of this stuff a little more organized. And I was like, girl, you have so much to do. So thank you for bearing with me on the total space. Okay, this one has the white wax on it and the dark wax. And I used a little bit of hemp oil to resist the paint in certain areas where it didn't stick at all and got some of that amazing wood grain showing through. This is the second one I have available. Running right now, 15 seconds. Sweet Potato is the color. I'll pin it down below in just a second. As soon as I get done running these 3, I'll repin Sweet Potato for you. Providence, it is bright. What are you going to deal with that teal? That's crazy. You're so welcome, Marina. Jax, let's go. Thank you so much. Everybody follow Trinket Mouse too. She has been a lifesaver today. I think Vintage Gypsy Bree is up in here helping out a little bit too. I appreciate you because it is a lot to pay attention to when I'm trying to do everything at once. Those girls come in, help out for free, use their valuable time and energy on me, and I appreciate them so very much. It's crazy. The Spanish mouse is out of control. Okay, last one I got, y'all, and I used the Crackle medium on this one before I painted it. So you got that amazing crackle texture. And then I did black oil wax over this one. It looks a little wet right now. By the time I ship it out 24 hours tomorrow, it'll be more dry to the touch. Don't worry. 15 seconds running right now. I will be sure to wrap them too. So any residuals go on packing paper. If you have a booth or you're planning on doing some crafting supplies, I'd give them at least 24, 48 hours to dry before you have customers touching all over them. Vix Picks. Vicky. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Great grab. Vicky is another fellow crafter. Y'all follow her. She did some really cute 4th of July flags this year. Where did I put my tape? Squirrel. I found it. Thanks, Vicky. All right, boom, done. And Lou, I got a little baby ghost coming to you. Congratulations. Thanks for being here today. I went shopping yesterday, y'all, and it's like fall is just calling to me. I'm finding all the good fall stuff, all the black and orange. Very excited. All right, let me clean up this mess. I'm going to pin Sweet Potato down below. Oh, it's fall, y'all. It feels like fall here today. Sweet Potato. All right, I only have 1 sample left at this price point, okay? I mean, it's always going to be that price point, but I only have 1 sample left. I have pints and quarts left, so I can also pin those. Creamy and Flour Sack. I got you, girl. I will happily show you. Here is Creamy. Here is Flour Sack. Creamy is going to be more off-white. Flour Sack is going to be stark white, like flour. Hope that helps. I like Creamy. I'm not a big stark white fan. I mean, I don't hate white. We painted so much furniture white back in the day. I think that's why. Like, bright white. I was covered in white paint speckles all day or day. All right, anybody need me to pin anything else? I will go ahead and pin the pint of sweet potato. Looks like my sample's sold out. Don't be sad. I will restock more. And I've been picking up about like, um, did it not pin? I've been picking up, there it goes, like 10 to 12 of everything now because y'all just keep selling me out. Depending on what it is, sometimes like up to 20. The other project we're going to do today is on this decor board. Now, with my decor boards, they're in the bin. These are not food safe. There's several different sizes. There's a pizza board, a rectangle, and a square. On mine, I cut my little handle of my pizza board down. No, Vicki, they came with a bigger like pizza handle. I ordered them wholesale. I cut the handle of this one down just a little bit to kind of look more like a pumpkin shape or just more of like a charcuterie board, like a bread board, opposed to a pizza board. So if you have a basic little jigsaw at home or whatever, you can cut the handles. They're pretty thin. Any samples of Firestarter or Summer Crush? So on the DIY, the smallest sizes I carry is the 8 ounce. I do believe they have started offering samples. I think they have started offering samples for us to purchase too, so I'm going to start looking into that, which is really exciting in case you guys just want to try DIY paint out. Here is Summer Crush versus Firestarter. Firestarter is going to be like Home Depot orange. Summer Crush is going to be like fall y'all. I got you, boo. I got you. I do want to look into the samples though. I think that's amazing. I like Summer Crush. Firestarter's like bam. You could always, though, with this one, this is going to be more pumpkin orange, but you could always mix in a little brown or something too and get it more like rusticy. Okay, breadboard. These came with already a little bit of a finish. No, Crackle, I only have in one size right now. Only the pints were available, but it is shelf stable for a very long time. So if you're planning on crafting for the next couple of years, you'll end up using it, I promise. It's an amazing product and you're going to want to Crackle everything. When I place this milk paint order today, I will check to see if there are smaller sizes available again. When I ordered last time, there are only the pints. Thank you for asking. So if you want to wait and risk it for the biscuit, feel free. Otherwise, go ahead and grab one. You're so welcome, Gray Street, but I will check for you. These already had a little bit of a finish on them. We milk painted one of these before and it did a really great crackle on its own. So I'm just going to do it again. I have the breadboards available in the bin. I'm sorry, Paige. I have it in bigger sizes, but I will have samples again very soon. I have like 8 of them in there too. Firestarter with darker black wax is so good. All right, Vicki, I'll take your word for it. So we're going to put black over this. I'm going to do lantern over this, and I'm going to use my Jamie Gray Vintage stencils and just put a 31 on for Halloween. I thought it would be a cute little project, and we can sell this too, but just know I have these boards available in my bin if you want to grab one and use them in the shape they're already in, or feel free to cut them to different shapes as well. I can put these on flash sale today since I've had them for a little bit. If anybody wants to grab one, just holler at me and I'll mark them down a couple bucks for you too. You can get you a little deal on your breadboards. So we mixed this up at the beginning of the show. It's been over here sitting for like 20 minutes or whatever, and it hasn't got gelatinous yet. Okay, it's been sitting for like 45 minutes. I've been yapping. It hasn't gotten gelatinous or anything yet. So you've got some time to play with your milk paint. After 4 or 5 hours though, it's gonna get chunky and not be very fun to play with. Breadboards are not food safe, thank you. How much on the pint right there is pinned down below. It's 21 on the pint, girlfriend. The samples are 8, so it just depends whether you want to wait on it or not. It's up to you, no pressure. Oh, the breadboards, I got you. Look, let's put them on flash sale right now. Let's look. So the one I have is a round cutting board. It looks a lot like a pizza board. I cut the handle smaller on mine. It is flash sailing down below for 32. And I've got one right here that's not cut down. You can see what it looks like. I also have them in square and rectangle. Here is the square flash sailing down below. And the rectangle. Oh, I love Sasha. Yay! Yay! she was quick. When I messaged her, like, girl, can I sell your paint or whatnot? She was like, get it, girl. Get it, girl. I love Sasha. So here are the breadboards. Here's the square. Here is the pizza board. This is the one I cut down. I just cut my handle down to a little nub on that one. And then here is the rectangle. They're pretty big. They're good price point for how big they are. The flash sales will continue in the buy now for the remainder of the show. So feel free to take your time and get in there. And you can paint one up yourself. I thought it would be fun too to cut the handle completely off this one and then make it one of the moon faces. Turkey chick, I appreciate you. You're super sweet. So here we have Lantern. This is the Sweet Pickins Milk Paint in Lantern. It is the blackest of black. And we're going to do over this breadboard. I'm hoping to get some good chipping on some of these lighter spots. I did not put anything on this one. The other one chipped back pretty good. I'm like, do I put some resist on it? Do I not? I think I'm going to not. We're going to see what happens. No resist. I'm just going to use my heat gun. And then I just wanted to do a little stencil on this. Nothing too crazy. The color is a lantern. I see a pumpkin. I know. That's what I thought we would maybe do this one orange too, and then like do a pumpkin stem. That would also be adorable. But I painted the plinth box orange and did pumpkins on them. So I figured I'd show you black. And I love black. You guys know that. I have black furniture in my house all over. I love black home decor. I love brown. I love cream. I love green. I'm just going to put like a little on the edges and like sand most of it off. So since it was a little raw cut up here, I don't want that raw to show. I could have put like dark wax on the raw cut to make it blend or dark oil wax, but I didn't. But you could. Okay, I'm going to use my heat gun. This is going to help force it to dry faster and force some crackle. If you don't want crackle in your milk paint and chipping in your milk paint, don't use your heat gun. I'm going to pin Lantern down below in case you're looking for a beautiful black milk paint. I do have it available in samples, 8 of them to be exact. Lantern is pinned down below. And y'all, this paint is not forgiving if you spill it or get it on your clothes or whatever. Like, it's not like DIY paint where you can kind of just wipe it off or like soak your clothing really fast and get most of it out. It's gonna stick. Just keep that in mind. I haven't tried the Connie method yet. Doesn't she use Extra Bond under it or something? I need to look. And I think she's here on Whatnot now too. I mean, I've seen her post it and like I kind of like skimmed through it, but I haven't tried it yet. I watched her do it on something and it does. It gets it good and crackly. Have a chip brush hair in here. Forgot to de-shed that. Now do Extra Bond and then paint your final color. Oh. How long do you have to let the Extra Bond dry, Vicki? Okay, so this is starting to dry. You can see it maybe lightening up a little bit. And then as it starts to dry, it's going to kind of show me where it wants to crackle. And I'll hold it up closer to the camera. Completely, and you can blow dry. Okay. Blow dry or heat gun? Or would heat gun jack it up? The Extra Bond method didn't work for me on stained wood. What do you mean, Paige? Oh, the Connie method, or it didn't stick? It should have stuck, either of them. Okay, so this is mostly like it's starting to dry. There's certain areas where it's getting a little bubbly. That's the areas I'm going to hit a little extra with my heat gun, and we're going to force that to crack. Milk paint didn't crackle after Extra Bond on stained wood. Huh. Okay, so the Connie method didn't work for you, huh? That is one thing about milk paint. It can be a little finicky. Sometimes it's going to just do what it wants. And you got to, don't clip that. It's the fan. It's the fan. I told you earlier it was making a weird noise. Ah! It's fine. Everything's fine. That's my box light. It's fine. That's just water. Hey, everybody, welcome to my show. Okay, the fan's off. The box light's secured. Back to business. Never a dull moment. Sorry, guys. I heard it like clinking earlier. The glass light fixture is like dangling. That was almost a smash free burger. It wouldn't be the first time everything fell down here. It's all right. We saved it. We saved it. What's up, Diana? Of course, that's what I see you again. I just thought I didn't burn myself with my heat gun. It could have been dangerous. All right, we're getting some good crackle now. Have no fear. The crackle is here. This is why I don't do YouTube videos. This is how I craft. Listen, Vicki, on YouTube, you can edit it out, okay? They love this. This is what the people come for here on Whatnot. They don't mind here. Oh my gosh. Hold on a second, Bill. Let me turn on my other fan. It is hot in here. Maisie, what the heck happened? What the heck? Maisie's just staring at me. Oh, yeah. All right, look right here. You see it? All of that delicious crackle and crazing. Thought your heat gun exploded. Oh, God, that would have been terrible. Hello, welcome. Everything is fine. That would have been horrible. I'm going to move this because it's wet. Oh, gosh, this is going to make a milk paint mess. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Everything is awesome. All right. Jeez, please. And be careful. If you guys do use a heat gun, that sucker gets really, really hot. Did I burn myself right there? Did you guys see me grab it with my arm? Because I'm all red right there. I might have touched it myself. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Coffee. I think it's bad by Sunday. Nobody is abusing me. It's just the heat gun. All right, you see the crackle patina right there? When you put the heat gun on it, it really forces that. I deserve hazard pay. Yeah, boss, you hear that? Oh shoot, I'm a boss. I'll pay myself for my own mistakes. I'm gonna take my 180 grit sandpaper over that crackle and watch what happens. Ah, it chips off beautifully. So good. All right, let's hit it. If you got headphones in, turn your volume down for just a second. This black milk paint makes a mess, so be careful, okay? Be cautious if you've got important stuff around you. That pigment is no joke. Everything's fine here. I think I did touch my heat gun though. I'll be all right. One time I grabbed my heat gun. Not live, thankfully, because I cussed. That was bad. That was real bad. All right, now. Oops. The edges weren't dry. Look at that. That chipped off beautifully. It looks like that paint's been on there for 50 years. Let me dry the edge. My mortal enemy is the glue gun. So I have been rocking with the Gorilla glue gun for a long time. Does anybody know of like a more precise glue gun? Because I have some very intricate little crafts I want to do with some vintage items over the next couple weeks, and that one's just like so aggressive. So if you have a good hot glue gun brand, let me know in the chat. Do you ever don't not don't not don't know what to do with your hands when you're crafting? You realize I was just holding this one like this for 30 seconds. Sherban, okay. A mini glue gun. That sounds like I'm gonna have to reload it too many times though. But if it's more precise, I'll check out Sherban too. All right, just drying up the edges of this. I love the way this turned out. So lots of different options with the milk paint. You can get more detailed with it, do layers, do your extra bond, do your crackle, use multiple finishes on it, or you can do literally one layer of paint, sand it, and get this amazingness. However in depth you want to go. Yo. They sell long sticks for the mini ones. All right, I'm in there. I'm in there like swimwear. Your Ryobi cordless. Okay. So the last cordless one I got did not stop dripping ever. The temp gauge. It's low and high, but it's corded, which is also a pain in the butt. But then I always forget to put my cordless one back on the thing, and then I go to grab it again and it's cold. So, okay, lantern is pinned down below. This is the black milk paint, y'all. If you were going to be doing Halloween crafts, I highly suggest picking up some black. I thought it would be really fun to find some wooden cat sitters. Try to, so we could paint some black cat stuff. Ooh, let me know in the chat. What's your favorite like Halloween thing? Is it a witch? Is it a ghost? Is it a pumpkin? Is it a cat? You know what I mean? Goblins. Let me know your favorite little Halloweeny item down below. Brooms. Jack-o'-lanterns. Okay, I got one pumpkin. I got a ghost. Okay. Yeah, I have Craftsman, so that's the only reason I did look at the Ryobi, but I have Craftsman's. Then I was like, is that cheating? I don't know if Craftsman's makes a glue gun. Ghosts, black cats, mice. I didn't think about mice for Halloween. Pumpkins. Okay. I'm going to leave the back side of this one plain wood. And that way, if you get it and you want to paint it orange like a pumpkin, you could have a double-sided project. That would be adorable. It's going to sand off a little bit of black milk paint that kind of drips on the back. I'm going to regret that later too. If I end up getting black paint all over my face, you guys have to tell me. Or any color. Promise. I can be spooky. Black milk paint color. Oh, wait. Well, you can be spooky with what? What'd you say? How can you be spooky, Trinket Mouse? Jamie Ray Vintage Stencils. We introduced these on my last craft show. I have the 3 and the 1 from my letter number trio pack. You can see I've used them a ton of times over the years, and I don't clean them. But you guys clean your own stencils, okay? Do as I say, not as I do. I was thinking we could put it like down here in the corner, or maybe up here at the top, in case you want to put it like in a vignette, and then you could put other cute little stuff here in the front. Let's do it at the top. What color should we use? White? And then it could be white, black, and orange. I got crinoline, close enough. Use orange. I don't know if I have an orange open, is the thing. Oh shoot, here's a fire starter from years ago. Not a very good paint mom. Okay, let me put a little bit of fire starter in a cup and mix it with water. Close your paint containers. Literally, this has probably been sitting over on this shelf. I don't even think I've used orange paint since I lived here. I've lived here 3 years. I'm not the best at putting my lids on, so things kind of dry out. The great thing about DIY paint, put a little water in this and mix it up, and guess what? It turns right back into paint. But I highly suggest tightening your lids so good on your paint that it's hard to get open the next time. I can look over at my shelf right now. I see 3 lids that probably aren't on good. Look, paint. I love mice. Oh, I found that. You want to be me when you grow up? I found the cutest little felted mouse at the antique store yesterday. You know how they have like the felted bunny banks and the little chipmunks and stuff? I found a mouse yesterday. Why didn't I post that on my stories? I'm gonna take a picture of it. Look. Oh my gosh, we have paint again. Wow. Jamie Ray Vintage Stencils. I will pin down below the letter number trio pack. I think I only have one left. I can order more if you guys are interested. I do still have a few of the 3-inch farmhouse letters. So if you like more of that Ray Dunn look with your font, the farmhouse letters are going to be where it's at. The one I'm using is pinned down below. You get the entire uppercase and lowercase alphabet in all of your numbers. And these are 2-inch letters. I wasted a ton of paint being lazy. I know, greenhouse. And once I became a retailer, I'm greedy. I'm greedy, right? When you're paying full price for that paint, it's like liquid gold. uh, all of your fusion samples dry out within days of opening them. Boo. That's no fun. I've never used Fusion before, so I'm not sure. All right, if y'all want to, you can swipe left on the screen. You can get those words out of the way, okay? See what I'm doing a little bit better? You can pinch to zoom. So these are Jamie Ray Vintage stencils. They are super thick, which means you can wash them and use them over and over again. And yes, just like Vicki said, so much easier at preventing the bleed under. With that being said, you want your stencil brush to be so dry that there's barely any paint on it. I'll show you. I'm using my JRV stencil brush. This is the 1/8 inch. Very, very nice brushes. Very, very condensed bristles, which also allows for easier stenciling. All of the brushes are available in the bin. You can type in the word brush. They'll pop right up for you. So I'm going to get just a little paint on my brush, but then I'm going to offload most of that paint onto this paper towel to where I barely have anything left here. I'm going to line my stencil up where I want it. I'm just going to hold it in place with my fingers, and then I'm going to do a stippling motion straight up, straight down. You can also do a swirling motion. I have better luck with stippling. You'll notice there was barely any paint on there, but because DIY paint is so pigmented, your coverage is going to be really nice, even though I just added water to that paint. Look at that. Oh shoot, I moved it. Normally I tape them down. If you have a very ornate stencil, or like, you're going to be doing multiple layers of paint, I would tape it down. On my number here, it's not that hard. I can line it back up. If it was a more ornate stencil, I would definitely tape it. I'm just going to dry this fast for live viewing reasons. If you have your stencil taped down, I would just leave it taped down and let it dry on its own, okay? Let it dry naturally. Don't heat gun your stencils. They will melt. Making sense so far? Line back up with where I was at. It's even kind of hard with just this tiny little 3. If you don't line it up well, you're going to have shadowing. Oh, this is going to be so cute. Okay, there's the 3. Look at that nice, crisp 3. So good. Even with all that milk paint texture and wood grain, so crisp. So crisp and so clean. This would have been a super cute pumpkin. Whoever buys this, you could totally do a pumpkin on the other side. Have a double-sided board. And then you just mix this in with your regular breadboards, and you don't even have to change out your whole decor for Halloween, right? You just mix in like 1 or 2 little things, or you could leave this side plain and just flip it back around for the rest of the year. Every time I take the stencil off after it dries, it pulls the paint up. So I pull it up right after I stencil very carefully. Oh, all right, Paige. So I've never had that problem with DIY clay-based paint. Are you using a paint that has a built-in sealer? Okay, now I'm just going to set the one next to it here. I'm just going to eyeball this. If you wanted to do tape lines and line your stencils all up, all professional, you can. But I'm not. I wonder if melting glue pot would work on the spot gluing. A melting glue pot and a brush. Marcia, how much patience do you think I have? It sounds fancy though. Whoops, I'm stenciling in the wrong area. I'm not looking. Just stenciling over here. Oh, I love it. I have never been so obsessed with Halloween until this year. I was using very humid here. So that makes sense where like the sealer would like end up drying to the stencil. That makes sense. Does all fusion paint have a sealer in it? That makes sense. I would probably try Paige like a clay-based paint. I feel like, oh no! I feel like you're gonna get a crisper image. You guys, somebody needs to make a reel of all of the mishaps from today. My fan falling, dropping shit stuff. Sorry. I need to start making blooper reels. Okay, boom, bam. Let's try it. And I did it a little off center, so don't come at me. Like I did it on purpose. It's not supposed to be right in the middle or anything. And then when you put the numbers upright, this is supposed to be tilted. I did it on purpose, so don't come at me. Look how freaking cute. It's just little, it's just simple. And then you guys are about to lose your minds. Even, don't even get excited, too excited, okay? Watch, you can set that up on your shelf. And then you can take your cute little Halloween decor and set here in front and make a whole little vignette. Oh, well, that's crazy. So cute, right? I'll have some of those available soon. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those spice tins on my shelf already, and I found 3 more yesterday. I knew it was going to be good. That was just one I threw together this morning. I have so many more options, and like we're just gonna make them all different. They're gonna be so cute. I want to get some little like maybe some florals or some sticky sprig situations too. They're gonna be so good. I shouldn't have showed you guys yet. It was supposed to be a surprise. I can't contain myself. I'm gonna take just a little bit of our Sweet Pickins beeswax and seal over our project. This is pretty rough, so I'm not gonna use a paper towel, or it can leave like paper towel goosh on there. And sometimes when you're using a beeswax, since it's thicker, it's easier to use a shorter bristle. That was one of the issues I was having earlier too with that dark wax. The bristles are so long, and this is thicker. So I'm going to trim these bristles. Little easier on the beeswax. Just trim them down so they're short and nibby. I'm gonna go over that orange spot last. I probably should have done it first. That way I don't drag black pigment into the orange paint. And always take your wax out of your container. Pin the beeswax. I got you. Oh, it smells so good too. Like oranges. 2 ounces pinned down below. I also have this in 8 ounces, which is the size I have in front of me. So if you want more, I can pin the 8 ounce. Just holler. That's little sample is down below. Whoops, sorry, it's loud. Try to distribute this evenly over your project when you're waxing things so it dries evenly. I'm just going to use a paper towel over my 31 so I don't bleed a bunch of black into it. There we go. Wipe off the extra bristles that came out of my chip brush. You're so welcome. Hi, Dottie Early. Listen, I popped into your show for just a few minutes yesterday. I usually don't say hi. I usually just come in and lurk if you guys are in the middle of things. But you did a great job. You were doing so good. Lurking. I'm rebuilding my craft studio after shutting it down during COVID. You're my new dealer. Got you. I'll be your dealer. Do y'all want this? Do you want me to sell this today? Or should I save it and make a vignette out of it? Y'all tell me. Check Marina. Every time I use wax to seal something, I feel like it never fully dries. Am I using too much? Probably. Marina, are you using beeswax or DIY wax? Sweet Pickins or DIY brand? It can take a while to cure completely. If it usually feels dry to the touch after 24 hours, I usually would wait like a whole week to take pieces into my booth, especially furniture. You have several brands. I would say don't use as much, go thinner, because you can always build coverage on your wax too. Also, are you in a humid area? That might be part of it. Does anybody want this? If not, then I will save it and I'll make a little vignette out of it. Marina doesn't really want it. I'm just kidding. She meant not really humid. I was like, damn. Okay, cool. Then I'm gonna hold on to this. I'm gonna save this. I'll make a vignette out of it. I can tell what you guys want. And it'll be on an upcoming show. This Sunday, I have my quilt show. And I have one more project today, so don't leave. But this Sunday, I have my quilt show. If you love quilts, if you love crafting with quilts, be sure to bookmark that. I'm going to start preloading those quilts and quilt toppers today. And I'll make a post on social media about it. So follow me, Upcycled by Bree, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Pinterest, TikTok. I do most of my whatnot info posts on Facebook and Instagram. What's up, Drifting Dream? If I haven't said hi to you yet already. That's going to be exciting. And then after that, it's going to be all out fall, y'all. So I'm thinking I'm going to mix in like my regular wood, metal, farmhouse, rustic items with orange and black stuff, pumpkins, leaves, all the normal fall stuff. But then I will mix in Halloween too. So if you don't like spooky, that's okay. I still got you. I'll bring like fall vibes. Okay, I'm going to set this to the side. The boards are available. The lantern milk paint is available. This is Fire Starter by DIY. I also have Summer Crush, which is another orange paint and DIY. And I used beeswax on it. That's that project. One more to go. And on this last one today, I am going to use DIY paint just so you guys can see the difference. Maybe you're just not quite ready for milk paint. Maybe chippy isn't your jam, but you love painting things. I'm going to use DIY paint on our last project. It is a clay-based paint. It is VOC free. It is all natural. So you can use it inside. You can use it with the kids. Grandma can hang out. She's not going to stress out about the smell. If you accidentally dip your paintbrush in your coffee cup, it's fine. It's fine. We won't tell anybody. You can still drink it. I'm going to get all of my old paint out of the way so I don't spill anything. Let me start one more ghosty giveaway while I set up for our next project. And then before we leave today, we can talk a few colors. We can talk decoupage paper stencils if anybody has questions on those. I also thought if I did the craft room upstairs, I would have just more room in general. There was a company that reached out and they wanted to sponsor a YouTube video on a desk, like a big old L-shaped desk. Yeah, we should do all the crafts. Put it number one in the chat if you have used DIY paint before. Do it? I know, I should. It'd be a lot of stairs, but good for you. Okay, cool. I love it. DIY paint is also highly pigmented and super thick, so the coverage is great. You're going to get a lot of bang for your buck. It is very user friendly. It sticks to almost any surface with very little prep work or much thought. Here's the giveaway that's running right now for the little ghosty. If you want a little baby ghosty, hop in there. And I have this little guy, this little cabinet. I picked it up for next to nothing at, I don't know, garage sale, flea market, something. The other day, a couple weeks ago on a live stream, I painted one side of it with crinoline to kind of like show how dark wax worked. And then we just set it to the side and we never touched it again. So today it's going to get its final makeover. We're going to use DIY paint in the color Black Velvet. We're going to paint it black for spooky season. And that's going to make sure to cover up everything else we had on there before. There's a sticker on the back. I'm just going to warm it up with a heat gun and see if we can't get it to come off easily. You don't have a ghost for your trinket trims yet? Well, Vicky, getting that darn giveaway, girlfriend. Maybe we can get you one. Oh, this is going to work. We're going to try. Walk on Water is my favorite DIY paint. I need to. Is that another JRB color? But I thought I had all the colors. I'm about to spend $5,000 today on crafting supplies. Y'all pray for your girl's wallet. I want to put the ghost on my reading glasses. It'll be cute. I can't get it off. Dear, it's not coming off, guys. Sometimes when you use a heat gun and warm up your stickers, they come off easier, but it doesn't always work on wood. It's regular DIY paint. The newest batch. I miss everything. I'm still part of the Facebook group too, and I still get Debbie's texts, but I just can't keep up with it all, y'all. I can't. All right, well, I'm about to go ham today. New colors on the way. I'm just gonna sand the freaking sticker off. If you guys are watching on YouTube, whoops, and you want to get in on these cute little giveaways, hang out with the chat, join in on the craziness. There's a QR code and a link above me to come join Whatnot. If you're new and you haven't joined yet and you use that link, you'll get $15 in credit to shop. Crazy. Blood Moon and Electrified. Oh, is she getting fancy? All right, I'll check it out. See, Vicki, I like when you come around because you keep me up to date on everything. If you could just send me a weekly debriefing, thank you. Life hack for those who use stickers and booths. Put a piece of painter's tape down, then put the sticker on the tape. I feel like that's a good idea until thieves come around. And it's easier for them to get the sticker off. You know how many things I found at the antique store yesterday? Little tiny Bibles, no tag. And you know why? It's because people are taking them and putting them on bigger Bibles. I hate people. I freaking hate people so much sometimes. I fortunately didn't have a lot of whatever, Vicki. That's why I said I need a weekly debriefing. I didn't have a lot of issues with that when I had a booth at an antique store. My booth at first was in the very back. I don't think I had cool enough stuff for anybody to steal at that point. But once I started carrying smaller items and paint and stuff, my booth was right in front of the register. That was nice. Okay, there was a little bit of schmudge on there, and I just sanded it off because I didn't know what it was. But you don't have to. You don't have to sand before DIY paint. I just did that to get the sticker residue off. Especially on wood. DIY paint will stick to anything. Now, if there's a bunch of grease, grime, oil, dust, dirt, you can just see the filth on there, wipe it down. A little Windex will do the trick. If you're painting furniture or painting an antique piece or doing a custom job for somebody, then it's appropriate to really clean and properly prep. DIY paint, you get a little baby ghost. But on this little tiny piece right here, I'm just gonna give it a general quick wipe down like this, and we're gonna slap the paint on it. So DIY black velvet is what we're using. Yes. There are two blacks in the DIY paint line. There's black velvet and there's little black dress. Little black dress is going to be a more true black. Black velvet is going to be a little more matte, kind of velvety finish. I'm going to use a brush that I have available. So let me grab one of my Klingons. This is the R12, 14. R14. My brushes are also very old. They have gone through years and years of use and abuse, but you can see they are still in great condition. The Klingons are very forgiving, and they clean very easy. Pop them in a little bit of water overnight, just the bristles. Paint will basically fall out of them in the morning. The DIY brushes, they're a little more delicate. They need taken care of a little bit better. I'm going to paint the inside of this first. We are literally going to be watching paint dry for a little bit here. And then I'll use my heat gun to speed up our drying process. I like my little R12s and R14s for these small details. The DIY Perfectionist is great as well, but it is not currently available, I don't think. Last time I checked, Vicki. What's up, Jasmine? I already said hi to you. What's up again, Jasmine? Color is your favorite for an off-white? Crinoline, for sure. And I can pin crinoline down below for you, and I've got it right here next to me. And crinoline sells out like every time I show it. I pinned the 8-ounce of it, but I pinned the 8-ounce, but I have 16 and 32 available. There is crinoline. Off-white, and it's not yellow. It's not yellowy. It is really off-white. If you want a light yellow, cake batter is the qual. I know, Jasmine. I'm a terrible brush mama. It's just not my favorite chore. So they sit in water usually for a couple days. Just as long as they're not getting stinky, then I know I'm doing okay. I should have pre-painted the inside of this, but y'all said you like watching people paint, so I just need to remember that. I do too. This is not the easiest. With the doors flapping. And I am a slap paint crafter. Like I like DIY paint because it is thick, because it provides a lot of texture, because there are brush strokes that will hold the wax beautifully and help me get that like aged look that I'm going for. It is one of my favorite qualities. Now, if you use a super nice brush and you use patience in a maybe a mister bottle, you can achieve a nice smooth finish with this paint as well. But if you want texture, you can get it. I'm going to get an artist brush just for that little area I can't quite reach. Fart water. Oh, Paige wants to send Vicky the ghost. That's so sweet. Vicky, did you order anything? That's the only problem, Paige. If she hasn't ordered anything, then I have no way to give it to her. Oh, she did. Yeah, she won one of my pumpkins. That's right. I just remembered because I got all excited. Okay, sounds good. Trigger Mouse, can you text me that? Paige, that was sweet. Paige, I still have to send you something in order to fill that order. So I'll just send you a little like Halloween postcard or something, okay? Thanks, friend. That was so sweet. I forgot, Vicky. I remembered as soon as I said it. I was just painting and thinking at the same time. I ask questions a lot before I think I think it through in my head. This is so cute. I'm assuming you guys are going to want me to sell this after you see how I style it up, but we'll see. We'll see if y'all want it today or not. So pretty cute. Thank you, Drinking Mouse. Was your show good last night? Better than the previous one? I popped in and out a couple times. You were busy though. I hate to interrupt you too many times. Who? Oh, who's? Is Shayna here? Shayna, are you here today? No, it's okay. Paige, you can always enter my giveaways. They're for everybody. You do not have to purchase anything to enter giveaways. Ever, ever, ever. Unless it's called the buyer's giveaway. I do those sometimes on my big shows, but no, don't ever feel like you have to buy something. I just do those out of the goodness of my own heart. I'll be entering all the giveaways. Ace, listen, when I pulled the leaf off of that poppy earlier to glue it on the pumpkin, I snickered over there. I told Ho about that because she wasn't in my show and I was freaking dying laughing all over again. And she was just staring at me like a crazy person. Oh, you're so welcome. Poppies are your favorite. I've got a dark orange poppy spray in the buy now section. No pressure. Ace was talking about it too. On my last show, it got called the wrong thing and a typo happened and poppy got turned into another word with two O's and I had a laughing attack like a 10-year-old and it was a whole thing. So I'm a child. Poor Sue felt so bad. I was like, no, it's fine. That was the best laugh I've had in a long time. Okay, we're almost done painting the inside, y'all. I'm sorry. There's like just all these little crevices. Inside, look at the coverage though. Such good coverage. And I am gonna paint. I put like clear wax and dark wax over here. I'm gonna paint right over it. It's gonna be fine on this little tiny project. Again, if you're painting Grandma's Beautiful Antique Buffet, don't put paint over a layer of wax. What's your favorite farmhouse white color in the paint? Crinoline. Crinoline for sure. That's what we were just talking about. So crinoline's gonna be a little off white. I guess if you're talking like farmhouse, like more stark white, I would go white swan. Here is crinoline next to white swan. So you can see it is more white, but it's still not, it's still not the starkest white, which is beadboard. So beadboard is white, white. Then we have like medium farmhouse white, and then we have off white. Beadboard, white swan, crinoline. Hope that helps. I like all three of these. If I'm gonna go like white piece of furniture, basic white, I go white swan. If I want off white, I go crinoline. Cool. Cool, cool. Beadboard looks a little grayish to you, so it's a cool white. The shops for some huge tire have one. I love it. Huge tire. I'm shocked that you're selling a huge tire. Ouch. God, my glue gun. What tire? Ooh, a huge tire. Tote. Huge tote. It's like I'm not selling a huge tire. Oh no. Yeah, Paula, I've had that one in my stash for a while. I've got a tote with all my mashers in it. It's sitting right there in front of me with all my greenery in it. I'm still enjoying it for a little bit. Also, tires available, and then I just burnt myself with my hot glue gun. I have so much big stuff right now. It's starting to take over my dining room. Okay, now we're gonna do the outside. This is DIY black velvet. Paint this little hutch. Look at the coverage. One coat. Boom. Easy, easy, easy peasy. If anybody has questions about anything in the buy now, feel free to shout it out, anything we're crafting or anything else. I am able to do flash sales on things like greenery and florals. I am not able to mark my paint down per retailer agreements or offer reduced shipping on it. But if you see greenery or floral or something like that in the buy now, I'll happily flash sale it for you. You looking in your shop for a tire, trying to figure out what you did with the tire. I know. I was like, what did I do? That hurt. Yes, I just kissed my own finger. Ain't nobody else here to do it for me. Crafting cinnamon. It's just cinnamon. It's just if you don't want to ruin your kitchen cinnamon. We make faux rust with it. It's just cinnamon though. We did little faux rusty mini campfire marshmallow tins one time, and I had it available in there in case somebody wanted to just get everything, all of their supplies in one order. Yeah, it's just cinnamon though. It's not, don't be excited. Just, I told them their husbands might be mad if they go to make pancakes or French toast or whatever on Sunday and can't find cinnamon. Whose husbands are making them French toast on Sunday? That's what I want to know. Anybody? A year-long illness page. I am so sorry. Oh, freaking foot just fell off. I'll reglue it. It's been a day of crafting, okay? No hiding anything here on the live crafting. I'm so sorry, Paige. I had a really rough last year too, boy. So I feel you. I hope that you're on the mend and you're feeling better. I will never take my health for granted again. My 20s, I was just a healthy girl. Well, after I had my kid and started getting healthy, I was just a healthy little girly pop. No care in the world. Then 39 hit, and it was like, bam. Actually, 38. You bounce back. Hey, listen, every day, right? Every day a little bit better. I am gonna glue the foot of this back on. Or, you know what? Yeah, I'll glue the foot back on. I was like, maybe I'll just break the rest of the feet off. Maybe 45. I'll be 40 in March. I'm excited for my 40s. I have had to go to the doctor recently and like do some hormone testing and stuff. So we're gonna get that squared away. And my 40s is gonna be the best years ever. Poor Marsha. For real. That is one great thing about this app because, like before Whatnot, yeah, I watched a lot of YouTube, but it wasn't a lot of live. So, oops, Jesus, it was a lot of edited videos. And it's so nice to have the engagement. Yeah, mine was. So I got some blood work done a few months ago, and they discovered my vitamin D levels were really low. Okay, so we got that fixed, but they said my hormones were fine at that point. But then I went to my OB, and she was like, "Girl, they're not fine." They started me on progesterone. I've been on that for like a week. I think it really is helping me sleep. a lot. And she said if all goes well with that, after 30 days, then she'll add an estrogen. And I'm like, give me all the meds. I don't care. Let's figure this out. Okay, I'm gonna use super glue and glue this back on. A combo of super glue and wood glue. So I promise it won't fall off. I promise. Everyone's D is low. Not mine. I've been out there. I've been out there. Your B12 was low too. Little foot repair, you know, a little upcycle bubbery. Um, I take a good amount of supplements. I will say that I got lazy with it. I did. When my face got all jacked up last year and I couldn't be in the sun all summer, and then I got really depressed when my shoulder and neck issues started happening, and I couldn't like work out and I could hardly work. I got really depressed. Oops, backwards. And then I just kind of quit taking my vitamins like I should. And now that I'm taking them again, things are better. I'm not gaining any weight. Not well, it's only been a week, but I'm very active too, and I eat pretty well. It's been better. I like my sweets, but I'm very active. I asked if that was going to be a thing. She said it shouldn't, but so far so good. 2025 was a rough year for me. It was. Oh, I had it. Yeah, y'all chat it up in the chat. We are here for each other. You're my whatnot doctors and nurses, and obviously I'm working with my healthcare provider. But it is nice to get like a real woman's perspective, real women's perspectives, especially women that are generally a little bit older than me, right? Some of y'all have been through this stuff already. It's been very, very nice. You were so welcome. Are they the spirally ones? I think I had honey barbecue spirally ones, but chili cheese is a good one too. Yep. I can't remember. I think I actually got the honey barbecue. Either or, girl. Either or. You know what I got the other night and I wasn't even on my period? Bean dip and Fritos. That was my girl dinner. So I'm eating mostly better. On the nights I go to class and like work out and stuff, I eat better. On the nights I'm not active is usually when I crave more sugar. It is a lot restored. I'm just glad that nowadays that women are talking about it and that we have options and help, because I know back in the day it wasn't even a thing. I mean, it was a thing, but it wasn't a recognized thing. So I also started some Prozac for my mental health, and I'm not ashamed of any of that. You know, we all go through ups and downs in life. And after being sick for a year, my health or my mental health was just bleh. And I'm feeling much better. I've been on that for almost a month now. Life is good. But seriously, this app really does like get me through it. On mornings when I wake up and I'm having rough mornings, after I'm live, I feel so much better. I burnt myself twice today. Once with my heat gun, once with my glue gun. We are winning. Yeah. Advocate for yourselves and don't ignore it for real. I know it's easy when we're busy to just work it away and push it away and put everybody else first. Take care of yourselves. Hormones being off can be a big cause of depression. I'm sure. I'm sure it can. And I mean, I thought for a few months that they were fine, but once my OB really dived into the numbers more, I'm like, wow, they were so low. So, so low. I feel like the progesterone is helping me sleep. I have been having crazy dreams though, but I think that's from the Prozac. 50 chick, I am so glad that you are still here. Never be ashamed to go get help. Ever, ever. Depression and anxiety are the key symptoms of menopause. So she did tell me she doesn't think I'm in perimenopause. So however that works, my levels are low, but she doesn't think I'm in perimenopause. I'm only 39, but I thought I was because of some of the symptoms. But like, I don't really have hot flashes. I was a little sweaty this morning, but that's not. Also, random itching. I think that was allergies. I don't know. I'm going to go with I'm not. I'm hoping I'm not yet, but you know, whatever. It just is what it is. I'm ready to roll with whatevs. There's a little bit right here, wood that's showing. Almost done painting. We are going to seal this and then I'm going to style it. And then we can talk about some other colors. And if anybody has stencil or transfer or decoupage paper questions, we can look at that stuff too. For a decade. Woof. Well, fun. The allergies have been worse this year than they've been in a decade too. It's crazy. It's everything, man. It's everything. My fingernails are trying to fall off. I just rough. No, they're actually looking a lot better. I have a feeling that has a lot to do with everything else too. JRB put out a new hydration paper. Oh, here. All right, I'm gonna have to check it out. Check it out. Is this thing set up right? Yes. Phew. Okay. There we go. So this is a DIY black velvet. I will pin this color down below. Also, there is another DIY black that is called Little Black Dress. See how this one is kind of almost really, really dark gray, almost kind of matte black? Little Black Dress is going to be a more true black. This is going to be a little more matte-ish. Now, I'm going to use black wax on this, which is really going to richen the paint up. You can use clear wax on it if you want. I like to use black wax on my black paint. DIY waxes are hands down my favorite. They are super buttery smooth, super soft, but not runny. And they just melt into your projects beautifully. Collagen gummies for my fingernails and hair. I got a liquid. I've been doing liquid vitamins, which I think are absorbing better, but I got one. I think it was from having nails on for too long. But I'm working with my dermatologist on that too. It's fine. See that one? How it's like separating from my skin. She gave me like a medicated lacquer. And then of course it takes like a year for fingernails to grow out. So I'm just gonna have to deal with it. Are the Halloween baskets paper mache? No, they are actually plaster, like a plaster. I got one right here. They are Ragon House, really, really good quality. So they all are going to have their Ragon House tag. They are like a plastery material. They have their paper eyeballs, like a true vintage pumpkin would have. And I've got the cats and the orange pumpkins back in stock. So those are all in my bin. The white one is 7 inches tall. The pumpkins and the cats or the orange pumpkins and the cats are 5 inches. So this one is a little bit more expensive because it's bigger. You put a sealer over the wax. The wax is a sealer. Your wax is a sealer. If you are doing a piece of furniture, like when I would do end tables or coffee, I painted this shut. End tables or coffee tables, I would generally do a liquid top coat on my top piece just for a more protective surface. I painted it shit. Got it. Perfect. You are so welcome. But yeah, your wax is going to do the job. Wax is my favorite sealer because you don't have to mess with the liquid. You don't have to wait for it to dry, and you don't have to worry about brush strokes and dripping and running. I've got chocolate brown and maroon flower frogs in the bin. Oh yeah, Little Bug Blue. They are getting rusty right now. I had some the other day on my sit and sell. I sold them shiny, but I've got some rusty in it right now, and I will have them available on Sunday. I got chocolate brown, maroon, orange, black, and then more of the stoneware color. For fall. Oh, and then yellow. I forgot yellow. Do you guys want sunflower yellow too? I have the paint. I just forgot to do them yellow. And I'm going to put them in my bin. I've been selling them in auction because I've been lazy, but I'm going to put them in my bin for Sunday. Also, tomorrow morning, if they're ready by tomorrow morning, I'll try to have them done, but they might not be ready yet because I just have, what is that? It's super glue. It's fine. I just about glued my fingers together. I just glued paper towel to myself. Do we recommend wax or something else on plain wood or stained wood? Does the wax need to be reapplied to maintain the wood? So it's everything's fine. If you're doing plain wood, I would recommend the Sweet Pickens beeswax. If you want to just refresh your plain wood, it smells like citrus and it really, really does a good job on plain wood. Um, Over time, you might need to reapply wax. I've never reapplied wax to any furniture that I've done. You know what I mean? After 20 years or something, you might need to refresh it, but generally you shouldn't have to refresh it. You could also use the oil wax on your woods if you wanted, if you prefer the liquid. You could also use hemp oil. Hemp oil is going to be the only food safe product. So there's options there. It just kind of depends. What kind of project, this feels so weird. What kind of project do you have going on, Cat Kel? I might be able to narrow it down a little bit more for you. Sorry, I keep finding little tiny spots on this that I missed. Give me just a second and we'll get this baby sealed with black wax. Feel free to keep asking those questions. I'm going to keep burning myself and super gluing my fingers together. Welcome to Crafting Day with Bree. This is what you guys come here for. The difference between milk paint and chalk paint. So milk paint is a powdered paint. And you guys, I am multicasting this on YouTube. So if you want to watch the replay later, you can search up Upcycled by Bree on YouTube and you can always rewatch too. I have over 500 videos of using milk paint and my clay-based DIY paint. So you can always compare, contrast, and see a ton of edited information over there where I'm not super gluing myself. So milk paint is a powdered paint. You mix it with water to form into paint. Clay-based paint comes already ready to go in liquid form. Your milk paint provides a really beautiful, chippy, crackly finish, such as this. And then your DIY paint, your clay-based paint, is going to be a little more smooth, a little more consistent. So they act a little differently. It just depends what kind of look you're looking for. But if you have more in-depth questions, definitely follow me on YouTube. I don't know how do you get super glue off your skin? I'm like panicking. Okay, this is dry. I've got my DIY black wax here. You can see a little bit here that looks kind of clear. It'll settle. The pigment will settle in your colored waxes sometimes. Just stir it up. That's nothing wrong. It's not a bad thing. Just stir it up if you need to. I again am going to use a chip brush because I do not want to clean a regular brush. I always take my wax out of the container. You should always pour your paint out too and not double dip into your products. You'll see me do it sometimes. Do as I say, not as I or do as I say, not as I do. It comes off after 2 or 3 months. No. I don't know what I did, but I picked up this paintbrush and it was covered in super glue. It's fine. Hi, Mother Goose Mercantile. How the heck was your show? What were you selling today? Tell us all about it. We're crafting today. We're doing some spooky season painting. I'm going to start a paper ephemera giveaway. Thank you so much for rating. Tell us what your next show is. We'll come and follow you. So I have taken a little bit of my black wax out onto my lid here. You can see the DIY paint is super soft, very, very easy to work with. I've got a little bit here on my chip brush and I'm just gonna apply it in one thin, even layer over my piece. I like to use the black wax over the black paint for a really rich, deep look. You could also use clear wax though, if that's what you have and you don't wanna use black, that's totally fine. I love crafts. Have a great show. Big show tomorrow. Everybody go follow Mother Goose Mercantile. If you're new here, welcome in. My name is Bree, owner and artist of Upcycle by Bree. On Thursdays, we craft. On Tuesdays and Sundays, I sell vintage and antiques. This Sunday, I have an epic quilt show coming up. So if you love quilts, cutter quilts, Dresden plate tiles, etc., be sure to bookmark Sunday. I'm going to start preloading some stuff into that show today. And then starting next Tuesday, it's fall, y'all. Full in, all out, Halloween and fall decor. I also love old wood, chippy paint, metal, signage, salvage. That sounds like fun. Bookmark all my upcoming shows. I'll check the comments here in just a second. You see, I'm just kind of slapping this on. It is very user-friendly wax and paint. You don't have to be super precise if you don't want to. After I get it on here, I will wipe back the excess. Whoops, I think I already did that side with a paper towel. I have a meeting, still doing my 9 to 5. Oh, well, Vicki, thanks for stopping in. Everybody go give Vic's Picks and Flips a follow. She's been a long-time crafty friend of mine. She's a seller here on Whatnot as well. Check her out, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'll see you soon. Moon Sky! Hi, friends. We're crafting today. We're crafting. Look what we did. We made plinth block salvage pumpkins, and we did a little spooky Halloween chippy decor board. So stinking cute. And now I'm painting the tiniest little hutch ever. So good. How are you, my friend? We'll be back through Pennsylvania in August, but I see that there's going to be another show in the fall. Is that correct? I'm going to have to look into that. Are you going to be there? She decided to do it again, November. Oh, snap. All right. Let's see what we can do. Okay, and then I'm going to paint the inside too. I also have burned myself twice today and super glued my fingers together. It's been a great day. So here's the inside. No wax on it yet. Once I put the wax on, I know. I don't know what part we'll be going through. We're driving through this time in August. No wax, wax. You can see it richens it up a little bit, deepens the color up a little bit. But this also seals the paint in. Once the wax dries, your paint will be sealed. It won't be chipping off, flaking off, wiping off. DIY paint is water soluble until it's sealed. So if you're painting something and you take a wet rag and wipe on it before you seal it, the paint's going to wipe off. So if you don't seal your crafting supplies and somebody tries to dust it down, or your crafting supplies, your crafting projects, and somebody tries to dust it down the road, they might wipe that paint right off. You need to seal your clay-based paints. Loading fruity stuff? I love that. I want some fruit. I got a watermelon last week, and when I cut it, Elena and I were both highly disappointed. I need to go get one from like a farmer's market around here. I got it from the grocery store, and that was my first mistake. I have not even been to the farmer's market this summer. Wow, Brie, I'm really slacking. It's because I'm live not on Saturday mornings, though. Maybe I should go Saturday evening. Get me a better watermelon. See what you did. Now I'm hungry. Get one with bee bites. What does that mean? Like with the webbing on it? It's like kind of spider webs or whatever. Doesn't that mean it's been more like pollinated? Okay, there you go. And look, wham bam. So if you're like, girl, I don't want to mix up powder with water. I just want to paint. DIY paint is for you. Now, it's not as chippy, right? It's not as chippy, but we can use some products to distress it. I have my my warm decrepit dust. Let's use a little bit of that. This is also in the buy now section. I'm going to pin the black wax down below. Oh, they nibble on it. Sugar gum. All right. I'll look for one with little nibbles out of it. That's funny. How do you decipher between a bee nibble and a fly nibble, though? Okay, the 4-ounce black wax is pinned down below in case you want to grab some black wax today. I also have it in the 13.5-ounce size if you want a larger one. Just let me know. I want chippy, but I don't want to mix paint. There are options. You could get the Crackle by Sweet Pickins and put it under your milk paint, or put it under your DIY paint, and it will still provide that crackle finish. So that's an option for you. I have also used in the past the DIY Cottage Colors. This has a built-in sealer, which means it's a one-step paint. There is the colored anvil. And if you put a layer of this on and then use your heat gun and cause little bubbles in the built-in top coat that's in here and then sand it off, It'll provide a chippy look. So that's an option. And I'm pretty sure I have YouTube videos of that up. I do 100% have a YouTube video of that up. If you want to private message me, I can send you the actual link for that video so you don't have to search through them. I always thump them to see how ripe they are. I'm not the best watermelon picker. But yeah, Wendy, I got you. We've got some options for you. And if you want me to next week, I can do the cottage color forced bubble for you. If you're going to be here next Thursday too. Gotcha. This glue is going to drive me crazy. Okay, so now that I have the black wax on here, I am going to use a little bit of my DIY Decrepit Dust. This is basically like dirt in a jar. The warm tone is kind of like a rusty orange color, though. Absolutely obsessed. All right, Wendy, we'll do that next week. I'm going to take an artist brush. Let me grab a couple. And a little bit of clear wax. And we're going to give this just a little decrepit look, because right now it looks like I just slapped this paint on this little hutch, right? I want it to look like it's been on here a little bit longer. So here's my clear wax. DIY clear wax looks a little yellow in the container, dries completely clear. Acetone, I've got that page, thank you. That will work. Ooh, magic eraser, but be careful because you can give yourself a chemical burn with magic erasers. So I'm going to take just a little bit of clear wax here. You guys can swipe the words out of the way, pinch to zoom if y'all want to see what I'm doing better. And I'm going to put it just kind of in my crevices, just a little bit of wax right there. And then I'm going to take my other artist brush into the powder and then just boop, go right over my wax. Oh, now we can start to give it a little dimension, a little patina. You can spread that around. If you feel like you got a little too much, you can take a little clear wax over it and wipe it off like an eraser. So you can start really playing around with this. The Decrepit Dust is great. It comes in warm and also in white. The white over the DIY weathered wood really looks like a beautiful barn wood finish. Oops, that was a lot. I didn't spit, I promise. That was just a really aggressive blow. It sounded like I straight up hocked the loogie on that thing. I didn't. Don't worry. There was a sign at the antique store yesterday. It said no spitting on the sidewalk, like $50 to $100 fine. So that was the thing back in the day. Is that why they had spittoons? They probably spread diseases, huh? I kind of drug it up the little bit of the side right here. I love this. You move it around with your fingers a little. It's going to stick more if you add wax first. Since I already did that black wax and that black wax is still wet, it'll stick to that a little bit. If I want it to stick a lot, then I'll add the clear wax. What color is the color you just used and is in the buy it now? The black or the dust? I love how that Decrepit Dust ages items. The dust, it sure is. Let me pin the warm dust for you. And it really reminds me of a good rusty color too. So the warm dust is pinned down below. It looks like I have 2 left in stock. I will restock these today. I will order more later today. I'm about to go dump basically everything I make today right back into products for y'all. And this is also available in white. I think it would be a good replacement for the Crafting Cinnamon if you wanted to make the faux rust. I think that's what I was starting to say. I haven't tried it yet with the top coat, like faux rust situation, but I think it would do great. And then this had a little bit of wax on it. And I'm just kind of just go back and forth. There's no rules. Just layer and build that texture. Oops. So good. And then I'm going to style this little guy up with some minis and we can sell it. Can I pin the white? Of course I can. The white dust looks really good over like a light gray, apothecary, like your French country weathered wood looks. It is pinned down below. It looks like I have 5 of the white available. I'll check comments again here in just a second. Thanks for being patient with me. I love this. And so it's kind of like disconnected here if you just put it on the top and bottom, which is why I kind of drag it like up the sides a little bit. And I kind of think about like places on the piece that would have been naturally aged over time, like how dust usually starts to settle, you know. around the base of our furniture. And then I'm going to do a little bit like up around the doorknobs or the handles here. Oops, I think I mixed up my brushes. Doesn't really matter. Do I have the dust in black or brown? Nope, they only make it in warm and white. They used to make a dark dust and it was a more brown tone than this. I guess they discontinued it and went warm. I wish. There is a grit, which is a Sweet Pickens product. It's gray, but no black or brown. Oh, look at that. Look how much it ages around there. So, oh God. Okay, I'm going to add just a couple little more details of this. I don't want to do too much. If you got too much in one spot, just take clear wax on a plain brush and wipe over it again, and it will basically erase it. I think I said that already. Oh, thank you, Kristen. Parkour. I love listening I love listening to people try to pronunciate your name. My words are going. My brain hurts. After this live stream today, I won't talk to anybody for like 3 hours probably. Just let my brain recover. All right, little bit of decrepit dust on this. I'm digging it. Just a little on the top. I love how filthy my hands get. Like at first it kind of bothers me, but then after I've been crafting for a few hours, I'm like, oh yeah, the glue is driving me crazy. It feels so good to have paint all over your hands. There she is, this cutie little cabinet. All right, are y'all ready for me to style it? Are y'all ready for this? Hold on. Oh yeah, I put them over here so I didn't have to. Yeah. Hold on a second. I'm freaking out, man. I'm freaking out. It's gonna be so cute. In fact, I'm probably gonna want to keep it, but that's okay. All right, you don't get my riser. Oh, boom. All right, you ready for this? Boom. There it is. There it is. Is that not the cutest little freaking thing ever? Okay, stare at it. I'm gonna wash my hands. Talk amongst yourselves for 2 seconds. Oh my goodness. I love it. Very cute. Adorable. All right, $10 start. Put a 1 in the chat if you want me to run it. Sure. Look at all the hot or super glue I got on myself. I literally almost pinched myself together. One. Oh, my star's adorable. So cute. All right. It will include the pumpkin and the little witch hat and the little broom. Hand painted by Brie. And I won't ship it till tomorrow. I'll give it overnight to dry. If I missed any little spots like with the wax on the inside or whatever, I'll double check and make sure I got it all covered since I did it live. All right, let's run it. You get the pumpkin, you get the hat, you get the broom, and the little cabinet. A ghost on top. All right, and a ghost on top. There you go. It's running. He's running. And I would say this is about 5 inches tall. It's just a little baby. Thank you guys for hanging out today. Crafting has been so much fun. I'm so glad that we're crafting again. After this sells, I will hold up some of the different colors I have available. I can pin them down below. So if you're looking for a specific color, it'll be a little easier to shop. Tammy, thank you so much. Great grab on that one. It's coming to you. And if you want any like milk paint colors or anything, I'll just hold them all up for you. Oh, if there's decoupage paper, stencils, any of that you want to see in person, I would be happy to show you as well. That's coming to you, Tammy. Thank you so much. And you only have to watch me pick at the super glue for like 30 more minutes. So cute. Thank you. Hell yeah. Let's go. So, y'all, go to your stores, your little dollar stores, your hobby stores. You can buy that plain dollhouse furniture. I actually got that one like at a flea market or garage sale or something. So keep your eyes out for them. Paint them up whatever color. Put your holiday minis in them. Sell the heck out of them. Does anybody have any color requests they want to see me hold up? I will start with any request, and otherwise, I'm just going to show you some of my favorite colors, pin a few down below, and then that'll be it for today. I have a mess. Okay, I'm going to start with some of the Sweet Pickins colors because that's what we started with today. Some of my fall favorites for this year. I'm just going to pin the sample sizes. Just know I most likely have them in bigger sizes as well. So if you already started a little box today, you will be paying $9.21 up to 5 pounds. Check the shipping down below, but you should probably be able to pick up a few more goodies if you've only got a thing or two. Okay, this is Artichoke pinned down below. This is one of my favorite fall green colors. This is in the milk paint. Sample size, Artichoke. I think that's going to be a good one for a fall palette. This is kind of like the palette I was thinking in my head for this fall. Oops, that's red, not sweet potato. Where'd sweet potato go? Sweet potato. What did I do with my sweet potato? Well, hell, I'll just put this up here. Sweet potato. This one is curry. We used this one live a couple of weeks ago, and it was very popular. What did we paint curry? I don't even remember now. I did get it restocked. I have 2 available right now in the sample size. I do have them in largers. Butter, olive cream. I'm planning on paint some little pieces in French country style. Do I need waxy stuff? Butter, olive, and cream would be gorgeous together. You do need something to seal it with. You can grab even just a small, the pumpkin's already sold, Tammy. I'm sorry. We sold them right after we finished them. I will try to make some more this year, though. I'm so sorry to tease you. Gina, give me just a second and I will show you those colors. You said butter, olive, and creamy. They look amazing together. Look at that palette. That is scrumptious. Here is creamy, olive, and butter. Have you bought them yet, or are you wanting me to pin them for you? I'll happily pin them. You did buy. Oh, you already did buy them. Okay, yes, you need waxy stuff. The easiest way to seal them up would be with some beeswax, the clear beeswax. I have that available. One left in the 2-ounce size. I pinned it down below for you. That's going to be the Sweet Pickins beeswax in the 2-ounce size, but that will seal it up. Yes, ma'am. That's going to be your least expensive, smallest amount of sealer, but that should be enough to seal all of your projects with those sample paints. Thanks for asking. Lantern we used today, but this is going to be your spooky black Halloween color. I will pin it down below. Again. 7 of these available, pinned down below. I know Lantern is my favorite, but y'all know I love black home decor. Here it is on the decor board. The chippy black Sweet Pickins lantern. And then I used Fire Starter and DIY paint for the 31. I have Fire Starter or Summer Crush available in oranges of the DIY paint. And Sweet Pickins milk paint, the sweet potato, I think is only left in the larger sizes. You sold me out of the samples, but I will restock it. Let's do the sweet potato. The glue's already coming off just sitting here messing with it. I think because I already had like oils and stuff on my hands. So sweet potato, I have a pint available pinned down below. 2 pints left. Whoops. Sorry, it's not pinning, guys. There it goes. This is the Sweet Pickins orange that we used today. Sweet potato. Yes, ma'am. There it is, Tammy. That's going to be the pint size. Down below for you. Thank you so much. And I have 1 quart available as well if you're really dedicated to that color. Okay, so those were the falls that I thought would be great. Oh, sweet potatoes right here. I don't know. I couldn't find it a minute ago. Whatever. I give up on life. I saw somebody else pick up the olive just now. Olive is one of my favorite greens. I have it pinned down below in a sample. I think the butter might have sold out of the samples, but I will order more. It comes pretty quickly. I'm not sure if it'll be here by next Thursday, but it shouldn't take too long. This is Oh Olive. This is a gorgeous light green color, one of my favorites. Gray Street just grabbed one of these. Yes. Love the Oh Olive. And then creamy was the other color that Tammy was asking about, I do believe. This is a great off-white. So if you're like, I don't know about orange paint, Brie, I don't know about all that. I just want something, you know, simple, something basic. This is creamy. This is my favorite off-white in the Sweet Pickins line. Okay, those are those. That's that. Now, there are a ton of colors that are more like French country, light, pastelly in the Sweet Pickins line. I feel like Jamie and Sasha, Jamie Revintage and the owner of Sweet Pickins, both love these like light pastelly, Frenchy country colors. So there are a ton of color options. This is Purple Posies, which is a beautiful light lavender. Corbel is a gorgeous kind of corally pink color. And if y'all want me to pin any of these, let me know. I won't make you sit here and just stare at me pin things forever. Bluebird is a really light blue. This is Proper, which is a light tan, kind of almost like crockery color. Patina is a ton of fun. Thank you for the raid, Lilac Bloom. How the heck was your show? Tell us all about it. Hi, friends. We're crafting today. And in fact, we're kind of at the end of my crafting show. We've already done a lot of crafts, but thanks for bringing your friends in. My name's Brie, owner and artist of Upcycle by Brie. Be sure, if you love crafting, to bookmark next Thursday's show. We'll be right back here for more crafting. And then on Tuesdays and Sundays, I sell vintage and antiques. Welcome in, everybody. Lilac Bloom, what is your next show? Tell us all about it. This is just peachy. This is like the lightest peachy pink color. So a ton of color options available in the Sweet Pickins. As far as the DIY colors that we use today, I'm going to pin the oranges, pin the blacks. And if there's any other colors in DIY, I'd be happy to hold them up for you. Look, we made these little salvage pumpkins today. They have already sold, but you can look at them. Just had a scrapbooking party. Next show's tomorrow. Upcycled clothing. Let's go. I love that. The gray colors in milk paint. I got you. So I have galvanized. That's going to be the grayest. Galvanized. Upcycled clothing sounds super, super fun. I'm going to have to bookmark that show. Galvanized is pinned down below. It's going to be just a nice light gray. Proper can lean kind of gray toned, but when you actually hold it up next to gray, it looks very, very tan. Kind of depends what you seal it with. If you seal this with like a black oil wax, it looks a little more gray, but galvanized is going to be where it's at. That's the sample size pinned down below for you. And then with the milk paint too, you can mix them. You can mix your powders. I would mix the powders, not the actual paint. Put a little bit of black pigment in this or a little bit of white pigment in this to make it a darker or lighter gray as well. Just keep that in mind. You can make custom colors with your milk paint too, which is fun. I don't even think we've done any like color blending at all here on Whatnot yet. I do have some color blending videos over on YouTube. Thank you, Lilac Bloom. I appreciate you. Super, super sweet. I appreciate you. Everybody go follow Lilac Bloom. Let's check out her upcycled clothing show tomorrow. Okay, orange colors in the DIY paint. If you're not ready for milk paint, you just want your already pre-mixed paint, user-friendly. We have Summer Crush. This is going to be like my favorite orange for making pumpkins. Pinned down below. This is the 8-ounce size. This will do a ton of small projects too. You can even do like a small side table out of a sample size of the DIY paints. Pinned down below. And then I also have Firestarter. Firestarter is what we used on our board. And it actually wasn't like too extreme, in my opinion. Very pumpkin-y. Thank you for your purchases on the bin. If you guys see any other florals or greenery in there, you want me to throw on a little flash sale for you, I'd be happy to. Let me know. Fire starter pin down below. I have a ton of new fall stuff in the bin. Bookmark tomorrow morning show, 8:30 a.m. bright and early tomorrow morning. It's going to be just showing off all of my new fall stuff in the buy now. We'll do some sales. We'll do some giveaways. And that's always a good time. During my regular auctions, it's really hard to show you all of the items I have in my shop, wherever my shop is, because there's so many. So I like to do those buy now sales every once in a while too. Sorry, I'm like dying of thirst. Whew. Okay, another couple of colors that I thought would be really good for fall would be Queen Bee. It's like a super, super yellow, kind of marigoldy sunflower color. Using dark wax over this makes it absolutely scrumptious. Maybe we'll use some Queen Bee next week too. I went ahead and pinned Queen Bee down below. If you're looking for some sunflower yellow. Yeah, Lilac Bloom is fun, Marcia. You will like her. I approve. And then here's the other yellow I have available. It's called Liquid Sunshine. So you can see if you're wanting more of like a fall tone, I'm going to go more Queen Bee. But this lemon bright Liquid Sunshine yellow is a lot of fun too. Yeah, Queen Bee is good. I feel like yellows are underrated. And yellow and green look so good together. My favorite green color in the DIY paint is Aviary. I'm going to pin that one for you because I know I've got a bunch of green lovers here. I only have one of the 8-ounce left because it is popular, but I do have larger sizes. Looks really good with your fall palette. I also think that Gypsy Green would be great for fall. This is a little more warm toned for fall. So let me pin the Gypsy Green down below as well. I only have Gypsy in a very, very large size. DIY paint is on the way though. Gypsy Green in the quart size, pinned down below. And then if y'all want to see any decoupage paper or transfers, I have those downstairs, but I'd be happy to bring them up. That's why I'm thinking I might turn that upstairs room into my craft room. And then I can just keep everything around me. Who wants to come help me with a project? I need somebody to help me move some furniture around, hang some shelving. There's just never enough time in the day, you know? Another color I love in yellow is the cake batter. Now, it's a little bit like lighter and softer if you're not like bam in your face yellow lover. It's more muted, but I still think it would be beautiful for fall or, you know, any year around. You don't have to just paint for fall right now. Cake batter is gorgeous, light yellow. If these yellows are too bright for you. There's another option. Look at those fall palettes. Look at me. I was gonna yes. And then this is also another color that I feel like I don't use enough. It's layered chocolate. This is a super dark brown. I know y'all were asking for like chocolate colored flower frogs, dark brown flower frogs. Here is a dark brown paint. Yeah, the colors are so good together. And that's why I kind of like to stack them and show you all of them together like this, opposed to just on my shelf. Here's another, I think, very underrated color. It's called Sandy Blonde by DIY Paint. Debbie doesn't offer a ton of browns. She's a very colorful, loving person, which we love that about her. But this is a gorgeous brown, Sandy Blonde. It almost reminds me of like crockery or stoneware. Looks really good with that fall palette. Cake batter, Sandy Blonde, Aviary. Oh, wait, that's Gypsy. That one's on its side. I'm just waiting for it to all fall over. I'm being super brave today. If you missed earlier, my fan fell apart, my box light fell over, I burnt myself twice, and almost super glued my fingers together. Yeah. Popping in JRV Cottage Colors and Plasta. I don't have plaster yet, but I did get a request for plaster and honey. So I'm going to order more DIY colors today, Everhome Collection. I will add plaster to that list. It's like an off-white, correct? Cherry color? Oh yeah, cherry picked. Good call, Marcia. See? That's why I keep you guys around. Where is cherry picked? I might not have one up here. I might have had to take my sample downstairs. Let me go get a cherry pick. I'm gonna start a paper ephemera giveaway. Also, while I do this, while I go grab a cherry pick, y'all share your shows. Have a little community time if you're sellers here on the app. Let us know what you sell or if you craft. I'll be right back. You guys, we've been on for 2.5 hours. I can just craft all day. Marcia, I'm glad you said this. Cherry picked is beautiful. Beautiful. Pinned down below is cherry picked, and it is like this gorgeous maroony purple. I think this was some orange for Halloween. Oh, so good. I don't use this one enough either. We need to use some cherry picked soon. It's scrumptious. Look at y'all go crazy over that. She doesn't have very many purples either. I know there are a couple of other purples that have come out maybe since I have tried new colors. So I'll get on the purple train today when I'm ordering too. There's also French Millinery for y'all that love purple. It's more of like a pastel-y purple. It's another gorgeous color though. A good beige. Okay, pinned down below is French Millinery. It's like a moody, smoky, light purple. Beige. Is this beige? Do we consider this beige? Beige is more gray, right? Like a gray tan. Is this beige? This is beige, right? Faded burlap? Plum pudding. Okay, ever home. I'll check it out. Yeah, faded burlap is good. It reminds me of like drop cloth. Oops, I just typed in drop cloth. Faded burlap. Pinned down below. There you go. Gorgeous color. Beige. We have a pile here. We got a pile going. I hope it doesn't fall over. All right. I'm loving this. This is moody and good. Farm Fresh is another popular one. So that's what these are like more of like the fall tones, I would think, in the line. And now I'm just going to show you some of the other ones I love. Farm Fresh is one of my all-time faves. It is pinned down below, and it is this gorgeous, gorgeous teal, like robin's egg almost. Not bright in your face, but more muted down. Darker than aviary, but not as like crazy as Old 57. Or apothecary, I mean. There's so many names of all these products. I feel like if Old 57 and Apothecary had a baby, it would be Farm Fresh. All right, y'all. Are there any other colors you want to see in person? Any other questions you have about any products that I carry or anything? Let me know. This last giveaway is running. I need to find somebody for us to raid as well, but feel free to drop those last questions. Feel free to drop your shows. Be sure to follow me and bookmark Sunday show. I'm going to give you a little sneak peek of what we got coming up in the next couple of shows, but I do need to find somebody to rate real quick. I don't know if we can find another painting person. Rip and ship while I paint. Original drawings, paintings, and prints with Steph. Embellished oysters. All right. There's a lady on doing some art. The Sweet Pickins is that good on other materials like resins. So Gina, the Sweet Pickins is a little more finicky, but there's a product called Extra Bond that you can add to your Sweet Pickins that will help it adhere to anything, and it would then adhere to your resin materials. But you just have to make sure you have that Extra Bond. Did you pick up any milk paint today? I can pin the Extra Bond for you if you need me to. You did? Okay, cool. Let me pin the Extra Bond down below. I have it in just a small sample size. So you can pick that up and add it to your paint when you have a slippery surface. there you go. I pinned it down below for the extra bond. So this is the big container of it, but there's a 4-ounce sample you can grab. Okay, so I found somebody to raid. I'm about to take you real quick, so don't leave yet. Real quick to see what we have coming up on Sunday. Congratulations on the ephemera. Look what happened to my fan. Wait, are you guys facing the wrong way? That's what happened earlier. I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure it out. Dark and decrepit always feel tacky. It shouldn't feel tacky after it's dry, Everhome. You can private message me if you've got an issue going on with it, and I can help walk you through it. We can figure out what's going on. Maybe I didn't mix it well. Yeah, that could be it. Might have been what you were painting on. Send me a private message and we can walk through it for sure. So on Sunday, y'all, I have an epic quilt show coming up. I have all of these quilts. Some are going to stay whole. Some are cutter quilts. There's some tiles. There's some pieces. There's some toppers. I'm going to start preloading some of this amazing stuff today. Some of these fabrics are like turn of the century old. Absolutely stunning. So if you're into quilts, follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Later today, as I start preloading, I will make a post that they're preloaded with links to get your pre-bids in. And all the other updates. But be sure to bookmark Sunday show. It's going to be so epic. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to pop on super early, bright and early, and we are going to be going through some of my new fall floral and home decor that I got in. So be sure to bookmark that bright and early tomorrow morning. Okay. I appreciate y'all being here today. And so does Maisie, even though she swept through the whole thing. Jeez. Sweet baby. I don't know how her bed got clear over here. Oh, also, I started a little mini series before I go on vacation. It's going to be like 15 days until vacay, 15 bangers. This is the first thing I loaded into our show next Tuesday. Tuesday will be 15 days until vacation. Okay, cool. Eclectiques. I will check it right after the show. And I did preload this in. That's going to be our first banger item of that series. I'm very excited. So be sure, bookmark all upcoming shows. Going to have some amazing stuff coming your way. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Wait, one more thing. Since we did Halloween today, I've started collecting all of our Halloween stuff, Halloween and fall stuff for upcoming shows. So if you like the vibes, just bookmark all the shows. Yeah. Yep. It's gonna be good stuff. Okay. There you go. That's the sneak peeks. The Halloween vibes are going to be so good this year. It's just like flocking to me. I found a bunch at the antique store yesterday too. That's not even on that shelf. And then if you weren't here earlier, this is a little sneak peek. Okay. A little sneak peek. I'm going to start getting crafty. I know. I said I wasn't going to show anybody. I know. I said I wasn't going to show anybody yet. It was supposed to be a surprise, but okay, we're going to go right into Steph McKee Art. When we get over there, drop black hearts in the chat. She's doing original paintings, drawings, and prints. We'll go show another little crafty friend here on Whatnot Some Love. Hang out for a second, see what she has in her bin. Maybe bookmark, follow her upcoming shows if she's your jam. I've never met her before, so I don't know. But we're going to go say hi. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. Halloween fall decor in my bin, okay? I love y'all. Thanks for hanging out today. Thanks for all the purchases. 82 items sold. Let's go. You guys are amazing to me. So good to me. Steph McKee Art. Black hearts in the chat. Thanks for dealing with my flubs today. All right. Did everybody get what they wanted? I just saw one more purchase go through. Are we all good to go? All right. I love y'all. I'll see you in the morning. Bye. Black hearts in the chat.